Just wanting to jump on here. It's Sunday afternoon, January 16th, about 2:30 in the afternoon. Kurt and I are set to record today's episode in about 30 minutes. And I just wanted to jump on here real quick and then say something, and then, like I usually do in post-production, I'll splice this in with our episode. I just wanted to let you guys know that we're going to try to get through today, and I got high hopes for this episode. We're going to talk a little World Series. World Series episodes seem to be some of our most well-received episode. That was Kurt. My phone just vibrated. I texted him, said, kick off in 30 minutes, and he gave me a thumbs up. But we're going to talk a little 0-2 World Series, Giants and Angels, and I don't know how good this is going to come together. I must had a little premonition of what was going to happen this week because I had all my notes done and printed off, and I gave Kurt the copy Monday morning. Monday morning, and which was good because Tuesday I contracted COVID. I dodged it for 2 years now. I'm fully vaxxed minus my booster, but it's why my voice don't sound the best. I spent the first 3 or 4 days this week sleeping 18 hours a day or better. I was running temperatures in excess of 103 degrees, and they finally broke Friday afternoon. Finally broke and went underneath the 100-degree mark, and now it's finally, I'm coming through the other side. I got another, day or two left of quarantine before I can go back to work, but just going to say, I always joke that our episodes suck, and sometimes they do, but if they really suck today, I hope you guys look past it. It's just a simple fact of, hey, I have COVID, and I might not be as enthusiastic as what I normally am, but we're going to record this remote, obviously. That little $50 BTA2 me and Kurt bought, we'd strictly bought it back in October. We bought it for the winter because we knew, me living in a shithole in the holler, Kurt living in a shithole out in the middle of nowhere, it was going to be hard for us to get to each other when wintertime came. So this is going to be nice. But man, we've put this thing through its paces lately. We've used it a time or two where it wasn't, in the cards for us to get together or whatever, and now here with COVID. So, but anyways, yeah, I tested positive. Dodged the bullet until I couldn't dodge it anymore, I guess. But stay safe out there. If you guys want to get vaxxed and help other people, that's great. I support that. If you guys are not vaxxed and you refuse vaccinations, you don't believe in them, that's great. I support you taking a stand for something you believe in. I personally do not give a shit either way, whether you are vaxxed or not, whether you are pro-vax or anti-vax. Believe in what you want to believe in. Stand for what you want to stand in. But just please remember to take precautions and be safe. That being said, we hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, which now, looking at my watch, is going to be 20 minutes from now. But after you guys hear this, it will be coming up within about 3 or 4 minutes. And this will be the last time, absolutely for sure, you hear our open that we have used the last 6 or 7 months. Kurt and I will either record remote tonight after this episode, our new open, or we will wait till we get together for our next episode here in a few weeks. So regardless, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you have a good day. Don't know when you guys will be hearing this. I might post-product this podcast. It might go live tonight. It might go live tomorrow morning. I don't know. It just depends on. I'm still not feeling 100%. But at any rate, I've rambled on 4 minutes about me having fucking COVID and basically said nothing. I just got in here and be like, hey guys, if it sucks, and normally they suck, this is why it sucks. Please don't let it suck as much. But all right, guys, hope you enjoy the 0-2 World Series. Steel Toes and Scoreboards podcast. Like us on Facebook and Twitter. Hey, Kurt, you want a hot take?
Yeah.
Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
He was a great two-strike hitter.
Bill Laimbeer would have made Shaq piss himself.
You really think so? It's Shaq, dude.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Fun fact, Kurt.
I love deep stats. Good research, bro.
Word association.
Greatest of all time.
Tell me how you really feel about pro sports.
These contracts are out of control.
Some people might not like that.
Well, I'm going to piss some people off.
Well, I mean, you sure will. You're the baseball guru, though, man.
Shout out to my coach, Joe Rodmaker.
Well, it is a digital world these days.
Yeah, I'm an analog man.
Tiger Woods.
Mount Rushmore, bro.
Coach Bobby Knight.
IU misses him, no doubt.
Times have changed.
But for the better of the worse.
No, that's arguable. I'll tell you right now, though, it's modern age. I'm not drug testing for pot anymore in any sport.
It's a damn plant. They fire and suspend these guys for weed? Ridiculous.
I'm a fountain
Sure
of
bet.
useless pro wrestling.
Sure
now.
bet.
Sure bet. Sound like Adam Sweet. Sure bet. He was a role model for millions.
Rest in peace, Mamba.
Team Ali.
Team Tyson.
You know what? Fuck it. You're baseball's new commissioner.
I don't want that job.
Oh, horse shit.
Come on, bro.
Magic versus Bird.
What a rivalry.
Okay. Boost ratings.
Asses in the seats.
You know what? Hot take. Tap the mic. He's the best I've ever seen.
Nobody compares to him. Look at his legacy.
All right, guys. Another episode of Steel Toes and Scoreboards coming to you now. All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Steel Toes and Scoreboards, remotely recorded today. Jared Atkins alongside my best damn friend and my co-host, Kurt Kelly. Kurt, what's up?
How's it going, brother?
I've been better.
Yeah, that's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm never... Go
I'm
ahead.
not tired of this damn virus for BS.
Yeah. I'm never one to shy away from what the fuck I got going on. Yeah, I tested positive for COVID Tuesday. And I don't think...
You're damned if you didn't have it, huh?
Yeah, I don't think in 34 years I've ever felt as sick as what I have been. My God, I was running fevers like I'd said before. I was running over 103 degree fever. Hell, I had you worried. You thought I was gonna.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I'll be back to work in a day or two. I still got a day or two left of quarantine. I don't have many symptoms anymore. My whole body just aches.
Yeah. What I've been hearing is this kind of symptom.
So
your fever broke and everything.
Oh
right?
yeah, finally, yeah. I'm cool as a cucumber.
Right on, bro.
So to put a bow on our episode, our Bengals episode from a couple weeks ago. Our complete team history of the Bengals. Since we split recorded it over 2 days, when it was uploaded, it was a 4.5 hour episode.
Right.
I never put a timetable on these episodes. You and I talk, people seem to listen, and if we get tired of talking, we end it. I've never put a timetable on our limit.
Right.
When I seen 4.5 hours, I freaked out. Like, who the fuck is going to want to listen to this? And to my surprise, that episode's got a lot of downloads.
Well, I mean,
I don't remember what the total was when I looked yesterday, but I mean it's not up there with our most downloaded episodes. I mean it's also our most recent. So, there's still people but out of the last 10 episodes we've done, that one's got at least a quarter of the downloads.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
thought it was pretty good. I mean,
yeah,
team history for sure. Shout out to the Bengals.
Shout out to the Bengals. Oh
First
God,
playoff win in 31 years. Hallelujah. Huh?
So I found something funny. Somebody posted a meme on Facebook this morning, and I saved it to my phone, and I was going to text it to you, and then I just got lazy. But it said the Bengals with their first playoff win in 31 years. Text messaging didn't get started till 29 years ago. So which means somebody just texted the first Bengals win in history. So I mean, and it's cool. It's
shout out to them. I mean, they deserve it. I mean,
they do. I mean,
Joe Burrow is the real deal, folks.
I don't know how far they're going to go. Big Ben playing in what potentially could be his final postseason unless they get it done.
I'd say final game.
They got the nightcap tonight, so I'll definitely be watching because my big ass don't have to go to work tomorrow. You do.
I'll be watching regardless, unless it's like 40-0 at halftime.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to work on your. I can hear your headphones and.
Yeah, I still got an echo.
I know. I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
Let me.
See, I turned your mic way down. Okay, I got your mic on about a 6. Are you coming? Talk to me. Can you hear me? You muted your mics, what you did. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I just turned it back on.
We'll go with that.
All right.
I'm sitting in the basement in the man cave. I got the heater running, COVID and everything. Got to kind of be spread apart.
Yeah.
So,
Your dad never did get sick or anything?
He's got it.
Does he?
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, it's pretty contagious, I guess.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So, as we say in every episode, tonight's episode, to the best of our knowledge, all information presented is factual. Any opinion-based parts of this episode, you'll be able to tell as opinionated as Kurt and I are, if these are opinions or whether they're, factual-based information. And any audio that may be played tonight, music, game audio, whatever, all copyrights go to copyright holders, the artists, the labels, the TV networks, the musician, everything goes to the proper parties. We own jack shit, so we don't go to jail.
Right.
And so today's episode is kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't count our bonus episodes and you just count our week in, week out episodes, this is our 20th episode. Right. So I decided we'll go back 20 years, and we're going to cover the 2002 World Series. San Francisco Giants and the Anaheim Angels, Los Angeles Angels.
Damn good World Series, man.
Our World Series recaps have been some of our most popular and beloved episodes. And each time we do a World Series episode, I always go back and mention the article on ESPN.com wrote by Sam Miller on October 30th, 2020, where he ranks all 116 World Series at the time. Now it's 117. I often look at this list as kind of important World Series information, just a breakdown, to kind of decide where each fall classic belongs. Most of the time, you and I agree with the list. Every once in a while, you and I look at the list with just disgust, like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
Exactly.
So the reason I bring this up is because they rank these World Series based on the following criteria, and I break this down in every World Series episode, and I will. They base it on game leverage index from Baseball Reference, which measures how close a game is on each play and how likely the next play is to shift each team's chances of winnings. What that basically means is a game that's close for 9 innings and is won by a walk-off in the 10th will rank higher than if a team that jumps ahead in the first inning and runs away with the game. Right. They rank these on Championship Leverage Index, which is basically the same thing. It just includes how close the series is itself, meaning a 7-game series will rate much higher than a 4-game sweep. They rank these on how memorable the series itself was. The 1988 World Series, Kirk mentions all the time, Kirk Gibson. Yes. It wasn't very close, but it produces instant memories for one inning alone.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the last one, they rank on, how significant it was. The latter two are always kind of subjective, so they just rank these based on the first two categories. So, out of the 116 fall classics that had happened at the end of the 2020 season, this World Series came in ranked 22nd overall. Angels over the Giants in 7. They ranked the series leverage at 32nd overall, game leverage 79th overall, for a total overall ranking of 22 out of 116.
What's your take on that? Do you
Well,
feel that's a fair assessment?
So I wrote in my notes here, I copied what they said. The only thing they said, some of these World Series rankings would get multiple paragraphs, some would just get a couple of sentences. Miller would write, only one World Series champion has had at any point in the series a lower championship win expectancy than the Angels had late in Game 6. This World Series here, that was the end of Miller's quote. Okay. This is me talking now. This one here is one I tend to disagree with, and I'm not alone in this sentiment because many baseball fans, players, coaches, front office execs have been vocal about this being one of the better World Series, especially in modern history. If you Google World Series rankings and you bypass this ESPN article, which again I look at as the be-all, end-all in this,
right.
This one falls into the top 50 a lot, top 25 even. I remember this one pretty vividly. My freshman year of high school had just started a few months prior. I was 15 years old, man. Sports was life. Right. I personally put this World Series in my top 25. It's in there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I mean, for sure.
But, so I guess we're going to get into it, and I guess before we start, you want to pay a bill real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let me switch screens, and we'll pay a bill here. Here we go. Oh, damn, that was loud. All right, guys, so check out Glary Guitars on Facebook or at glarymusic.com, Glary. These are very, very reasonable and affordable instruments. They sell acoustic guitars, electric guitars, basses, fiddles and violins, all sorts of accessories, guitar cases, amps, anything you need. I purchased an $80 acoustic a year ago, 2 of them actually, and they are very loud. I call mine a cannon guitar. And it looks and it looks and sounds like a $300 to $500 guitar. Easy. I had very little setup. I just had to make a couple adjustments to the neck right out of the box. It come with a gig bag. It's not a very good gig bag, I'll say that, but at least it came with one. An optional pick guard, an extra set of strings. But anyways, I recommend these guitars if you're looking for a affordable guitar that you're not afraid to get a little dinged up laying around, or you're looking for a starter for your teenager or somebody.
Yeah.
So yeah, give them a call at 1-606-404-6286. Again, that's Glary Guitars. Check them out at glarymusic.com.
Right on, brother.
All right, bro. You ready to get into this?
Let's get into it.
So I want to say that also, how great it is that we bought this BTA2 to get ready for winter. And we haven't even had to use it for winter yet. It's been timing this, or you're sick with the flu, or I have fucking COVID. So we've been putting this little bastard through its paces.
It's paying itself off.
It's $50. I think me and you gave me 25. I put up the other 25. I got it on Amazon and 2-day shipping. That little son of a bitch has paid itself off.
Oh, absolutely. And we haven't really had to use it for weather yet.
No, that's the funniest fucking thing. We've used it once to just kind of shoot the shit and test it out. We used it another night because the van broke down. I couldn't get over there. Then we used it because the timing, we just couldn't make it happen on the weekend. So let's just remote. Then you get the flu 2 weeks ago, whatever, 3 weeks ago. Now I have COVID. But anyways, so
good, bro.
We're
all right.
But what's cool is, for once, you have the entire episode in your hands.
Yes, I do. I'm looking at it right now, bro.
36 pages. Almost 16,000 words. You freaked out, and I'm like, you don't have to memorize all this. This is just a guide for you to go through.
Yeah, right. I'm following you through here. Yeah, for sure. I've done kind of scanned through it.
It's a lot of information.
A lot of information, yes.
Okay, so All right, bro. Air high five.
Yep.
There we go. So let's get into it. So the 2002 World Series was the 98th edition of the World Series. It would go 7 games. It featured the Anaheim Angels of the American League against the National League champions San Francisco Giants. The Angels would defeat the Giants in 7 games to win their first and to date their only World Series championship. The series would be played from October 19th through the 27th at Pacific Bell Park in San Francisco and Edison International Field of Anaheim. This was the first World Series since the 1995 inception of the wild card in MLB and the last until 2014, in which both wild card teams would vie for the title, which is impressive because you have both 1 seeds in both leagues go out, and you've got 2 wild card teams facing off for the World Championship.
That definitely wasn't expected to be that way.
No, so the Angels finished the regular season in 2nd place in the AL West. They defeated the 4-time defending AL champion New York Yankees 3-1 in the best of 5 ALDS, which we'll cover at length here in a little bit. They would defeat the Twins 4-1 in the ALCS to advance to the World Series. The Giants would finish the regular season in 2nd place in the NL West. They defeated the Braves in the NLDS and the Cardinals in the NLCS to advance to the World Series. This would give the Giants their 20th NL pennant and 17th appearance in the Fall Classic, but only their 3rd since moving from New York City to San Francisco in 1958. Now, something I found kind of interesting, I thought this was cool as shit. This was the 4th World Series played between 2 teams from California.
Right.
So you know what, you have the information now, but now since you, which by the way, Kurt was so excited when he found out I got a printer and a copier bundle for Christmas. And I've never seen a 50-something-year-old man get so excited about my Christmas present because, you know, like I always say, when we first started the first few episodes, Kurt was kind of but then he got more engaged, and now Kurt's always pushing me to get the notes done and everything, and now he's excited. So Kurt had told me at work, he goes, "You got a printer now, huh?" He goes, "That mean you could get the notes done a couple days sooner, you know, and print me off a copy, so I'm just not always sitting there staring at you. I got something I can bring to the table."
Right. I mean, it's going to help.
So I'm giving you the chance to put a little work in because you got the notes in front of you. Can you tell me what some of the other World Series between California teams were?
Yeah, sure. 1974 World Series saw the Oakland Athletics defeat the Los Angeles Dodgers. The 1988 series saw the Dodgers getting revenge by defeating the Athletics. In 89, the Giants were defeated by the Athletics. And the latest Fall Classic that featured teams from the same city or state since 2000 between crosstown rivals Mets and Yankees, the 2 teams set a record for combined most home runs in the World Series, 21. Until 2017. The manager of the 2 clubs, Mike Scioscia, and the Angels, Dusty Baker of the Giants, were teammates on the Dodgers from 1980 to 1983 and won a World Series in 1981. This was the first World Series to feature opposing managers who had been teammates on the World Championship team as players.
There you go. Look, good look. Hell yeah! Look at Kurt go.
Hey.
I'm hitting laughter just because it was funny. You read it verbatim. But honestly, good job.
Right, thank you, man.
Which, by the way, sidebar here, Dusty Baker is, I think, one of the best managers in baseball history. And I know a lot of people don't like Dusty, but I respect Dusty.
I have no problem with Dusty Baker as a manager.
Anyways.
I mean, he was a great player, too. I mean, holy crap.
Here, you like Dusty Baker, huh?
Yeah, I kind of like Dusty Baker. And I'm a homer. I'm a Dodger.
I was getting ready to say homer.
Yeah, I know, but, you know.
All right, so the 2002 San Francisco Giants season was the 120th in franchise history, their 45th in San Francisco, and their 3rd playing at their new stadium, Pacific Bell Park. They would finish the regular season 95-66, which put them 2.5 games back of the Arizona Diamondbacks in the NL West. So by virtue of having the best record among second-place teams in the NL, they won the NL wild card spot to earn a postseason berth. The 2002 season would be Dusty's 10th season managing the Giants, and ultimately it would become his final as he would skip town for the Cubs in the offseason, which didn't pan out either.
No.
You know what I think of, honestly? When I think of Dusty Baker as a manager, and this ought to tell you, I don't know why I'm doing this, but so I think of the Giants first, because I think ultimately he's the best manager in Giants history.
Right. Okay.
But when I think of Dusty Baker as a manager, if I can't say the New York Giants, and I don't say Houston right now, I think Cincinnati Reds.
Okay.
Because he had I'm pretty sure, didn't he have a stop in Cincinnati for a while?
Yes, he did.
And him and Joey Votto and all them guys.
Yeah, I think so, and I'm not sure it panned out that great. But the Reds have trouble with the pitching staff. I don't know. They just can't get anybody out, it seems like.
Right. So anyways, they would only have a handful of acquisitions and departures in the off season. The biggest one that, there was only 5 of them. I've got them typed down here, but the 2 biggest ones that stood out to me was Shinjo was traded by the Mets with Delcy Relaford to the Giants for Sean Estes. That happened on December 16th, 2001. And then on January 25th, 2002, David Bell was traded by the Mariners to the Giants for Relaford and an undisclosed amount of cash.
David Bell, that's somebody I've forgotten about.
So
steady third baseman.
Yes. Hey, solid. That's always the word we like to use. Solid.
Yes.
So their opening day starters in the 2002 season would be Jason Schmidt, pitcher. You know who their catcher was, don't you?
Benito Santiago.
And you know what? That guy's underappreciated.
Oh, absolutely.
I was a fan of his in, junior high and high school. Like, Benito was underappreciated.
Yes, he called a great game.
First base was JT Snow. Second base, Jeff Kent. Do you know who they had playing shortstop?
Rich Aurelia.
Pretty
good combination up the middle.
Third base, Pedro Feliz. And I'll let you go ahead and take this. Who'd they have in the outfield?
Bonds in left, Shinjo in center, and Reggie Sanders in right.
Reggie Sanders, by the way.
Solid.
Class act, too.
Yes.
There's some guys in this sport. At the end of the day, as you've mentioned before, you're playing a child's sport for a living. Yes. But they're rich. This is their job. Their job is to play a game for a living. And some of these guys, get their egos fucked up. Shout out Antonio Brown. But
idiot though.
Reggie Sanders was a class act. He's what professional baseball players should be.
Absolutely.
So anyways, let's see what else I got here now. There would be a few mid-season trades, departures, and acquisitions, as what typically happens during an MLB season. Matt Cain was drafted by the Giants in the first round, 25th overall of the 2002 draft. He would sign June 26th. Kenny Lofton was traded by the White Sox to the Giants for Felix Diaz.
That turned out to be a big trade right there.
Yeah?
That solidified the Giants' leadoff spot.
The next one, by the way, September 4th, 2002, Bill Mueller was traded by the Cubs with cash to the Giants. Anyways, so there's that. So now, as you know, like I said, our World Series recaps are some of our most beloved episodes. So we've kind of hit a niche here. This podcast, we're a twofold podcast. We do a lot more sports than we do interpersonal things. And we've kind of hit a niche. When we do World Series recaps, people really like them. So it's kind of going to become our thing now, or at least once a month or every 6 weeks or something, we throw a World Series episode at you. I mean, goddamn, there's 117 of them to go through.
Right.
But so here we go. So we're going to jump straight into the NLDS between the Giants and the Braves. I know this is a World Series episode, but people like backstories, and me and Kirk got time to fill, so that's how we do.
Nice to know how they got into the World Series.
Yeah.
How the path, for sure.
So the Braves had moved forward in the late 90s, mid-90s. I would say mid-90s to late 90s to early 2000s. They had they had an era of consistency. I put golden era, which I copied that from one of our sources. But it ended up with them getting 11 straight division titles from 1991.
That's impressive.
The 94 season was the canceled season of baseball. That was the exception that they didn't get it. But it was consistent pitching from Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, John Smoltz, and Kevin Millwood.
Yep.
Which, by the way, at some point there will be a 1995 Atlanta Braves episode.
You're right.
I hate the Braves.
I do too. I'm sorry, but I do.
But you picked them to win the World Series, and I didn't. And we had a little bet about that, and I lost.
They were just playing the best baseball at the time,
All right, moving on. So, anyways, they had won 100 games for the first time since '99. The Braves would lead the NL in runs allowed. They had a 13.13 ERA and hits allowed. The Giants, this was their third postseason appearance in the past 6 seasons. A 5-game improvement from the year ahead of time was not enough to catch the NL West title, but it was enough for them to loom over the lone wild card spot. As for the Giants, Barry Bonds, who had experienced 3 consecutive losses to the Braves in the NLS from 90 to 92 as a left fielder for who?
The Pirates.
The Pittsburgh Pirates, continued his unprecedented run to start the new millennium. While he had less games played and home runs in the previous year, he managed to hit 46 dingers while drawing a record 198 walks. He would bat a career-high 370 to become the Major League Baseball's most valuable player, which,
Right.
I'm sure that was chemically induced, but...
Oh, the difference in his body type from Pittsburgh to San Francisco, I mean, holy crap. I mean,
it doesn't even look like the same fucking guy, bro.
It doesn't. No.
Son.
Wow.
So anyways, which, by the way, I forgot to add this in there. I just page break the notes here. That would be his 5th MVP as a player and his 2nd of what would become 4 in a row. Anyways, besides Bonds in the offense, Jeff Kent was hitting .313.
Great hitter. I mean,
Kirk Ruder and Russ Ortiz would lead the Giants in wins as a pitcher, and Rob Nin would serve as a key starter. Let's see what else we got here. So Game 1 would go down at Turner Field in the NLDS. Let's see, runs, hits. San Fran would take Game 1, I do believe. So Game 1 was a great little pitching matchup, and Russ Ortiz would face off against Glavine. In the top of the 2nd, Benito Santiago and Reggie Sanders would hit back-to-back one-out singles. JT would come in and hit a 2-run double. Then David Bell would single Snow home to make it a 3-0 Giants lead. Glavine would help his own cause by hitting a bases-loaded 2-run single to left field that almost tied the game, thanks to which you don't say these words very often, I'll give credit where the son of a bitch is due, a Barry Bonds error.
Didn't happen very often.
Not something that happened very often did Barry Bonds make an error. Anyways, Kenny Lofton had an RBI single, and Rich Aurelia had a 2-run double to make it a 6-2 Giants lead. Chris Hammond would come in a 6th inning to relieve Glavine, who, at this point, Glavine's a surefire Hall of Famer at the time. Glavine was a defeated man in Game 1 of the NLDS.
Yes. Yes.
There ain't no doubt about it. So Hammond would come in.
Hard.
Yeah, they beat the hell out of him.
Yep.
So after a 2-out double and intentional walk, Benito Santiago's double scored both runners. In the bottom of the 8th, Gary Sheffield's homer off Tim Worrell made it 8-3. And with 1-on-1 out, Santiago dropped a fly ball hit by Javi Lopez, who then homered to make it 8-5. And then in the 9th, the Braves put the tying run at the plate off Rob Nin for Sheffield, but he hit it into a game-ending double. So Game 2 in Turner Field in Atlanta would see Atlanta bounce back to win 7-3. Kirk Reuter would face off against Kevin Millwood, who was looking to keep the Braves' hopes alive in the series. Braves struck first blood. Julio Franco walked with 1 out, moved to second on a ground out, and scored on a Chipper Jones RBI single.
Yes, sir.
I liked Chipper Jones when I was a kid.
I did too. Yeah, he's about the only Brave I really liked.
Chipper Jones RBI single in the first. JT Snow, which, by the way, I think I've got some when we get to word association at the end of the episode. I got some JT Snow was solid during this World Series, which I know we're just in the NLDS right now, but JT Snow was solid.
He could rake.
I love when you say that he could rake. He could.
Yeah, great hitter.
Back-to-back homers by Lopez and Vinny Castilla made it
Castilla. I hadn't heard that name for a minute, dude. Vinny Castilla.
I didn't even think about him until I started doing the research for this episode.
I forgot all about him, man. He wasn't a bad ball player.
No, hell no, he wasn't. So Castilla made it 3-1 Braves in the bottom half. Mark DeRosa would double and score on Rafael Furcall's RBI single 1 out later to make it a 4-1 Braves lead. In the 4th, DeRosa followed a leadoff single and walked with a 2-run triple to knock Kirk Reuter out of the game. Sorry, Kirk. It's just the way it goes. DeRosa would then score on a pass ball by Manny Abar to make it 7-1 Braves. The Giants would get home runs from Rich Aurelia off Millwood in the 6th and Barry Bonds in the 9th off of John Smoltz, but the Braves would win the game 7-3 to tie the series. So Game 3, we're going to Pacific Bell Park in San Francisco. And okay, so like I said, I'm a high school freshman when this is going on. So I'm 15 years old watching postseason baseball in September and October and shit, or October. Sports is life. So Game 3 of the NLDS. So Atlanta wins 10-2. Atlanta had 10 runs off 10 hits. That's impressive.
Yes.
San Fran only managed 2 runs off of 5 hits. At the end of this Game 3, I was like, well, Atlanta's going to the NLCS.
Right.
I still, to this day, remember where I was at. I was in the kitchen at the old home place, just watching baseball, talking to my mom. I was just like, hey, this team's going to win because,
Right.
Anyway, so do you know who was on the mound for this game? Game 3.
Game 3?
Yep.
Been Greg Maddux and losing pitcher Jason Smith.
So in the bottom of the first, Kenny Lofton would hit a leadoff single and scored on Jeff Kent's double to make it 1-0 Giants lead. Okay, that's good, The top of the third, Rafael Furcall. It's such a great name.
It is
Furcall.
a great name. Furcall.
He would hit a leadoff triple and scored on a ground out by Julio Franco. The game remained tied until the 6th, with 1 out, 3 consecutive walks would end Jason Schmidt's night. Vinny singled in 2 runs off Manny Abar, and then Keith Lockhart followed with a towering 3-run homer to make it 6-1 Braves. Barry Bonds had a homer in the bottom half to make it 6-2, but then the 9th inning saw the Braves add insurance runs. 2 singles and a walk loaded the bases with 1 out off Tim Worrell. Chipper Jones would then hit an RBI single off Aaron Foltz, who would be relieved by Rob Nin. Andrew Jones is a name we don't think we've ever mentioned on this podcast before.
I think I could hit.
I had his rookie card when I was a young lad, not younger than my teenage years watching this. I thought Andrew Jones was going to be the next king of baseball. He come in with a lot of hype, and I'm not saying he didn't live up to the hype. He had a successful career. It just wasn't as big as what they made it out to be.
Right.
But anyways, Andrew Jones would single scored 2, and then 1 out later, Lockhart single scored another. Kevin Grabowski would retire the Giants in order in the bottom of the inning, as the Braves' 10-2 win would give them a 2-1 series lead. And my 15-year-old self was going like, well, sorry, Barry Bonds, you steroid-using son of a bitch. Your team is done. Done.
Yeah. Go shrivel your testicles up.
That's right. So we go into Game 4 at Pacific Bell, and then the Giants would come out ahead 8-3, and I'm like, fuck. So now we're tied. We're going to have a deciding Game 5. So going into Game 4, Glavine would step on the mound again. This time he would face Hernandez. Yeah.
It
was my headphones or yours?
I heard something come through, but I'm not sure which end it was on.
Wait.
It'll be your end.
That's me. Sorry. I got a weird setup tonight. I'm freezing. I'm in the basement. And okay, anyway, so Livian. I always called him Livian. Right. Levian. Hey, Hernandez. Let's call him Hernandez.
There you go.
I can't remember how to pronounce everybody's name.
Levon.
So Hernandez was a solid starter for the most. He was solid. He stepped out on the mound for the Giants. Glavine's struggles would continue as he would allow 2 singles and a walk to load the bases with no outs. In the first, Barry Bonds would hit a sacrifice fly, and Benito Santiago ground out, scored a run each. Next inning, David Bell would hit a leadoff single, moved to second on a sacrifice bunt, and then scored on Rich Aurelia single. Another single and an intentional walk would load the bases before Santiago walked in to force another run. Aurelia's 2-out, 3-run homer made it 7-0 in the third inning, knocking Glavine out of the game. Glavine's out after 3 innings.
This here was pretty much the beginning of the end for Glavine, I think.
Yeah. The Braves would get back on the board in the 5th on Rafael Furcal's RBI double with a runner on third, but the Giants would get that run back in the bottom half off Damian Moss on a Santiago RBI double with 2 on base. The Braves would score 2 runs in the 6th on Javi Lopez's double and Vinny Castilla's single, but nothing else, as the Giants' 8-3 win would force a Game 5 in Atlanta. And Game 5 in Atlanta was
a lot of runs going on so far.
Yeah, but then you get to the deciding Game 5, and it was a defense. And here we go. Me and you've talked about this before. People go, defense ain't important in baseball. Defensive battles suck. Well, I mean, I don't know. I hate people that think that.
I mean, I like watching the 2-1 game just as much as I do a 3-run homer, all the time. I mean, there's a lot of strategy goes into it.
So we get to Game 5, which ultimately the Giants would win. They would score 3 runs off 6 hits, but they had 2 errors in this game, where then we would get to Atlanta would score 1 run off of 7 hits. So Game 5, Russ Ortiz would step out on the mound again. He'd be facing off, I do believe, against Kevin Millwood. Yep, Kevin Millwood. So the Giants would strike first in the second inning. Bonds would hit a single to lead off the inning. Reggie Sanders would drive him home from second base on a 2-out RBI single. The 4th inning, on a 3-2 count, Bonds would line drive a ball into left center to make it 2-0. The Braves had a golden opportunity in the 5th inning, having loaded the bases on an error and 2 walks, but Chipper Jones grounded out. The Braves would be rewarded for patience, though, in the next inning, which started with a single by Andrew Jones and Vinny Castilla to drive Ortiz out of the game. With one out facing Aaron Fultz, Mark DeRosa lined a single to center to score Jones and cut the lead to 1, while Fultz was replaced by Felix Rodriguez. He would induce 2 subsequent outs to end the inning. The Giants would return the favor in the 7th, starting with a double by J.T. Snow and 2 walks by Mike Remlinger to load the bases. With one out, Kenny Lofton would hit a fly ball off Darren Holmes to center to score J.T. Snow. And then in the 9th, with the Braves trailing 3-1, Gary Sheffield and Chipper Jones each came to the plate with 2 men on to face Rob Nin, representing the NLDS winning run. However, Sheffield would strike out, and then Jones would hit into a double play to end the series.
Oh, no.
So for the first time since the 1989 NLCS, the Giants had won a postseason series. And then as for Atlanta, this continued a chain of postseason losses that would not subside for the next 18 years. So
It was a good series.
they estimate that, not a bad day at the office, they estimate that an average of 44,077 fans were at each game. So now we're going to jump into the NLCS, and that way we'll have the Giants all tidied up, and then we can move over to the Angels. So the 2002 NLCS was played from October 9th to October 14th between the Central Division champion, St. Louis Cardinals, and the wild card representing the NL West, the San Francisco Giants. This would be a rematch of the 1987 NLCS, in which the Cardinals defeated the Giants in 7 games. The Cardinals, by virtue of being a division winner, had the home field advantage. So here we go. So game 1, obviously at Busch Stadium. The bats were pretty hot for both teams. San Fran would win. They would score 9 runs off 11 hits. St. Louis would score 6 runs off 11 hits. Let's see here. So the Giants would strike first blood in game 1 off of a Matt Morris with 2 on via Benito Santiago single to score Kenny Lofton from second. The next inning, Morris struck out the first 2 batters and then allowed a single to Lofton, who stole second and scored on Rich Aurelia's single. Jeff Kent would single. Barry Bonds triple scored 2 before Bonds scored on Santiago's single. So the bats are hot.
Yes.
The Cardinals would get on the board at the bottom of the inning off of a Kirk Reuter ground out with runners on second and third, but home runs by Lofton in the 3rd and David Bell in the 5th off Morris would give the Giants a 7-1 lead. Albert Pujols would hit a
Was this his rookie year?
0-2?
Yeah.
I want to say his rookie year was 0-1, but I could be wrong.
I think you're probably right, yeah. I think he might have been.
I don't know.
What a phenom, huh?
Well, you got me wondering now, so.
Hey,
look at you. I was ill prepared for this, but look at you being the broadcast journalist you are.
Don Mattingly or Albert Pujols?
Don Mattingly.
Don Mattingly, yes.
Albert Pujols' rookie year. I want to say it was 2001. It was 2001. Thank you,
Good job,
Google.
Bro. Good job, bro.
He played 161 games his rookie season and had a 329 average.
What?
He played 161 games and posted a 329 average with 37 yards. He went yard 37 times. He was the unanimous 2001 NL Rookie of the Year, and he also had 130 RBIs.
Jeez. Wow.
Holy shit. We got to get...
Yeah, holy shit.
Okay, let's keep moving. So
Yeah.
Pujols would hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th off Kirk Reuter. The Giants got those runs back in the 6th, though, on a Santiago home run. The Cardinals would cut the lead to 9-5 on Miguel Carrio's 2-run home run in the bottom of the inning. Then made it 9-6 on J.D. Drew's home run in the 8th off Tim Worrell. But then Rob Nin pitched a scoreless ninth for the save as the Giants would go up 1-0. Game 2 would see the Giants win again, 4-1. Let's see. In Game 2, the Giants went up 1-0 on Rich Aurelia's home run in the 1st off of Woody Williams.
Woody Williams, yep.
His 2-run home run in the 5th made it 3-0. Jason Schmidt pitched 7 2/3 shutout innings before allowing Eduardo Perez's home run in the 8th. The Giants added a run in the 9th on Ramon Martinez ground out off Jason
Isringhausen.
Yep, that was Isringhauser. Anyways, with runners on 1st and 3rd, with Rob Nin would pitch a scoreless bottom of the inning for a 2nd straight save. The Giants would go up 2-0 as the series headed to San Francisco. And home field advantage don't mean shit that night as we get to Game 3, which would see St. Louis win 5-4. Game 3, the Giants would load the bases in the 2nd inning with no outs off of Chuck Finley, but only scored on Rich Aurelia's sacrifice fly. The Cardinals would respond in the 3rd off Russ Ortiz when runners on 2nd and 3rd, Edgar Renteria's sacrifice fly and Jim Edmonds' ground out scored a run each. They added to their lead on home runs by Mike Matheny in the 4th and Edmonds in the 5th, but Barry Bonds' 3-run home run in the 5th tied the game. In the 6th, Eli Marrero's leadoff home run to Jay... Who the fuck is that? I don't remember that. Jay Wittesick proved to be the game winner. I don't remember Jay Wittesick.
Me neither.
Jay Wittesick proved to be the game winner as the Cardinals' 5-4 win would cut the Giants' series lead to 2-1. Game 4, they're still in San Francisco. And this would be it. The Cardinals would win, or the Giants would win 4-3. Cardinals had 12 hits that night, only scored 3 runs.
Yeah,
so
he left 9 men on base.
Yeah, so the Cardinals. Go ahead.
In turn, it looks like the Giants had 4 hits in it, but 4 runs.
Yeah, definitely some dingers there.
That's crazy kind of stats.
So the Cardinals would take an early lead off Hernandez, scoring 2 runs in the 1st inning on a Jim Edmonds ground out and a single by Tino Martinez. After being held scoreless for 5 innings, though, the Giants' bats would answer in the 6th when J.T. Snow hit a 2-run double to score Jeff Kent and Barry Bonds. In the 8th, Benito Santiago would deliver the key blow for San Francisco with a 2-run home run following an intentional walk to Barry Bonds with nobody on base. In the 9th, the Cardinals would threaten against Rob Nin, cutting the deficit to 4-3 with a Jim Edmonds single, which put runners at 1st and 3rd base with 1 out for slugger Pujols. However, Nin struck out Pujols and J.D. Drew to give the Giants a 3-1 series advantage. So then in Game 5, it looks like the Cardinals managed 9 hits, 1 run. San Francisco would manage to put up 2 runs on 7 hits. And then Game 5 was a pitcher's duel between Matt Morris and Kirk Reuter as the Giants looked for their first pennant since 1989. Fernando Vina started scoring with the 7th inning sacrifice fly, but the Giants responded with a sacrifice fly by Barry Bonds. In the 9th inning, Matt Morris would retire the first 2 batters before allowing consecutive singles to David Bell and Sean Dunston.
I'll be dang.
Steve Klein was then brought in to pitch to Kenny Lofton, who had yelled at the Cardinals' dugout earlier after an inside pitch. On the first pitch, Lofton delivered a single to right field, scoring Bell as J.D. Drew's throw was offline, clinching the pennant for the Giants for the first time since 1989.
Yep.
So, I got a little bit of fun fact here for you. A little bit of information. This is also a segue for me to manage a cigarette. I can finally smoke again without feeling like I'm dying. Right. Maybe I should have quit while I was, with the Rona. But find my smoke.
Lucky strike.
Lucky strike.
Marble Light. Yep.
So, despite Dusty Baker's success in San Francisco, which, by the way, as we're getting ready to wrap up the NL portion of this here, and we'll have to get over to how the Angels got to the World Series. But to put a bow here on the Giants portion of this, Baker had success in San Francisco. There's no denying that. But he had, which I cover a little bit later on. But he had a strained relationship with owner Peter McGowan. Even the fact that they got their first pennant in 13 years could not make these two kiss and make up. They would mutually part ways after the season. Baker would not be out of work long. He would go on to manage the Cubs for a while. The Cubs would reach the 2003 NLCS, but that's when the team famously fell apart when they were up 3-0. Let's see what else I got here. So he would manage the Reds from 2010 to 2013, the Nationals from 2016 to 2018, and now the Houston Astros the last 2 years. The St. Louis Cardinals they'd come out of this okay. They'd be a perennial playoff team until 2016, then they would win 2 World Series in that time in 2006 and 2011. So, let's see what else I got here. The Giants, of course, they would later on, win more World Series championships down the line in 2010, 2012, 2015, 2014.
They're pretty much on the 2000s there.
Yeah, so, let's see. Got a little something in there about Tony La Russa and Baker, but I'm going to skip it. So, okay, so let's talk about the Anaheim Angels here.
They were underdogs, I guess.
Well, it's no surprise that an AL team had once again dominated the 2002 race with powerful hitting, great defense, and outstanding pitching. It was a surprise, though, that the team that left standing at the end of the marathon was not the Yankees, but instead the Anaheim Angels. But let's not put the cart before the horse here. We'll get to all that. The 2002 season was the 42nd season for the franchise, and it ended with the team's first pennant and their first World Series championship. The Angels finished the regular season 99-63. I'm telling you, man, you win 100 games in a season. That's fucking impressive.
That's impressive, yes.
So they finished 4 games behind the Oakland Athletics in the AL West, but they qualified for the first ever wild card. Made the postseason for the first time since '86. Let's see here. The Anaheim Angels' focus in the offseason leading up to 2002 was on how to improve the Angels from the 2001 season when they finished 41 games behind the Seattle Mariners. Because for those that don't remember, and I had briefly forgot about this, that was one of the most dominant regular seasons in baseball. The Mariners had won 116 games that year. So,
I think the Griffey Jr. era.
They won 116 games that season. The Mariners did and didn't do shit.
Yeah.
There's
they had a stacked lineup too. Holy crap.
There really wasn't a whole bunch of off-season transactions that I can see on here on this list, and I'm looking at the same one you did. There was 4 of them.
Right.
The only 2 that really stood out to me was February 4th of 2002. Eric Abar was signed as a free agent. And February 7th, 2002, Clay Bellinger was signed as a free agent with the Angels. Do you know who Clay Bellinger is the father of?
Cody.
Cody plays for what team?
Dodgers.
Yes, he does. He's your hero.
Yeah, well.
Cody didn't do so hot this season.
Oh, he struggled.
He had some struggles. I mean, it's still better. Okay, so anyways, with the 10-5 win over the Texas Rangers on Monday, September 26, 2002, the Angels clinched their first and only to date wild card berth. At this time, the Angels would be in the postseason for the first time since '86. They would enter into the ALDS against the AL East champion New York Yankees. You're just like, fucking Yankees.
Yeah, they do what the Yankees do. I mean,
we have took that phrase and incorporated that for so many things. I think that is one of my biggest contributions to this podcast was the Yankees do Yankee things, and now we've twisted it for every team. What does that mean? Yankees do Yankee things, or when we twist it for other, it just means they do what they do. They win. They're perennial playoff teams. They win a lot. They win convincingly.
I mean, shout out to them. They're a great organization, but I don't have to like them though.
And I don't even have to think what a 15-year-old me addicted to sports was thinking at the time. I'm like, okay, so they're in the postseason, first time in, years. So, okay, they're going to play the Yankees in the ALD. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, they're history. This is going to be a 4-game sweep. 3-game sweep, whatever.
But you still got to play the game. And that's why it teaches you never underestimate your opponent. Because I bet $20 that the Yankee, it was guaranteed money. Everybody was taking bets. I was like, fuck. Yeah.
I lost $20 to we shouldn't have been gambling at school. Boys will be boys.
Yes.
At least we weren't like shooting up, or something.
Heroin.
Yeah. So, anyways, so the series with the ALDS would begin October 1st. Sorry, the Angels would split the first 2 games at Yankees Stadium. Then they proceeded to win the next 2 games, which would end New York's bid. At that time, the Yankees had been to 4 straight World Series. That would stop them from reaching a 5th consecutive World Series. So
they need to go there again, by golly.
They haven't been back.
Else's turn.
Yeah, well, they haven't been back since they beat my team. I put a curse on them. That's what it was.
That's right. Damn Yankees.
So the Yankees would take game 1. They were impressive. 8 hits, 8 runs. Anaheim would have 12 hits, score 5 runs. So let's get into game 1 here. The Yankees would strike first blood in game 1. Jeter would hit a home run off Jared Washburn in the first, but in the top of the third, Darren Erstad would single off Roger Clemens. Alfonso Soriano would mishandle Jorge Posada's throw to second on Erstad's stolen base attempt, which would let him get to third. Tim Salmon, how impressive and how important he was to this Angels team. Tim Salmon would single to tie the game. Jason Giambi's 2-run home run in the 4th after Jeter drew a lead walk would put the Yankees up 3-1, but the Angels would come back, load the bases in the 5th with 2 outs on 2 walks and a single before Garrett Anderson would tie the game with a double to the left field. The Yankees would regain the lead in the bottom of the inning on Rondell White's home run, but the Angels would come back to tie the score on Troy Glaus, who, by the way, Troy, I can't wait till we actually get into the World Series because Troy Glaus was a fucking vital part of the Angels winning their first and only World Series.
Beast. He was a beast.
Yeah, a beast. Definite beast. Anyways, so Glaus' second home run of the game in the 8th inning off Ramiro Mendoza would put the Angels up 5-4, but in the bottom of the inning, reliever Ben Weber would walk 2 with 2 outs. Mike Scioscia would then bring in Scott
Shonowitz
to pitch to Jason Giambi, who would tie the game with an RBI single. Scioscia then brought in Brendan Donnelly to to face Bernie Williams, who would hit a 3-run homer to put the Yankees up 8-5. And then the greatest closer in baseball history, and I'll say it every time we cover him, Mariano Rivera would pitch a scoreless top of the ninth for the save to give the Yankees a 1-0 series lead. So, now, the next day, or 2 days later, I should say, so we're in New York again at the Bronx, Yankee Stadium. Angels would win 8-6. Angels would hit 17 balls, 17 hits. The Yankees would only have 12 hits. So bats were going.
Oh yeah.
So here we go. The Angels would strike first blood in Game 2 on Tim Salmon's 2-run home in the first inning off the legendary Andy Pettitte.
Yep.
Next inning, Scott Spezio homered with 1 out off Pettitte, who then allowed 3 consecutive singles, the last of which to Benji Gill scored Scott Wooten. Next inning, Garrett Anderson singled 1 out, moved to second on a sacrifice fly, and scored on Spezio's single. Jeter's home run in the bottom of the inning off Kevin Appier put the Yankees on the board. Next inning, Juan Rivera's 2-out, 2-run single cut the Angels' lead down 4-3. In the 6th inning, Alfonso Soriano's 2-run home run off Francisco Rodriguez would put the Yankees up 5-4, but then back-to-back home runs by Garrett Anderson and Troy Glaus would lead off the 8th off Orlando Hernandez, put up the Angels 6-5. So Steve Carsey would relieve Hernandez and allowed 2 1-out singles to put runners on first and third. Adam Kennedy would draw a sacrifice fly off Mike Stanton to put the Angels up 7-5. And in the 9th, Jeff Weaver allowed 2 1-out singles before Spezio's double would put the Angels up 8-5. And then in the bottom, Mike Spezio.
Tell you what, he's pretty clutch.
You could say I would use clutch. I think clutch is a good phrase. I'd use clutch.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, wow.
So, in the bottom of the inning, Troy Percival allowed 3 singles, the last of which to Jorge Posadas to score Jason Giambi, but earned the save as the Angels tied the series 1-1, going back home to Anaheim. So now, Game 3, the Angels would win 9-6. They would score 9 runs off 12 hits. The Yankees would manage 6 runs off 6 hits. The Yankees would start out loading the bases in the first inning off Ramon Ortiz on a single and 2 walks before Robin Ventura had a double that scored 2, and Jorge Posada's sacrifice fly scored another. The Angels would get on the board in the second off Mike Messina when Troy Glaus singled and then moved to third on a double and scored on Scott Spezio's ground out. Ortiz in the third allowed a leadoff walk and a subsequent double before Robin Ventura's sacrifice fly put the Yankees up 4-1. After walking Mondozzi with 2 outs, Ortiz was relieved by John Lackey, who we have yet to talk about in this episode. John Lackey, who allowed consecutive RBI singles to Nick Johnson and Juan Rivera. The Angels cut the Yankees' lead to 6-3 in the bottom of the inning on Tim Salmon's 2-run double after David Eckstein and Darren Ernstead singled. Next inning, Adam Kennedy's home run cut the lead 6-4, and then in the 6th, Jeff Weaver allowed a leadoff single, subsequent walk, and a sacrifice bunt before Kennedy's sacrifice fly made it 6-5 Yankees. Next inning, Spezio's 2-out single with runners on first and second off Mike Stanton tied the game. Next inning, Kennedy hit a leadoff double and scored on Erstad's 1-out double. Steve Carsey relieved Stanton and allowed a home run to Salmon to put the Angels up 9-6, and then Troy Percival retired the Yankees in order for the 9th as the Angels would take a 2-1 series lead. So this team's already showing a lot of guts and a lot of moxie here. I mean, they're down 6 runs early, and they're already fighting back. So
guy's name popping up or Spezio?
Spezio.
I mean,
And you know,
crap.
you keep thinking though at this, it's not gonna. This is the fucking Yankees, bro.
Right.
Like,
Right.
they're gonna shut them down.
Yeah, they're going to have a lead, and you know who's coming in, and it's over. Yeah.
So game 4, still here in Anaheim. The Angels would score 9 runs off of 15 hits for the win, whereas the Yankees would score 5 runs off of 12 hits. So we got Jared Washburn on the mound. New York's facing elimination. They sent David Wells to the mound. They struck first in the second off Jared Washburn on Robin Ventura's RBI double with runners on first and third. But the Angels would tie the game in the second, where Sean Wooten scored from third on an error on David Eckstein's ground ball. The Yankees regained the lead in the fifth when Juan Rivera reached first on third baseman Troy Glaus's error, which he didn't have a lot of.
Right.
Moved to second on a double and scored on Jeter's sacrifice fly. But then the Angels exploded for 8 runs in the bottom of that inning. Sean Wooten's leadoff home run tied the game. Then Anaheim hit 5 consecutive singles with 1 out, the last 3 scoring a run each to Chase Wells. Ramiro Mendoza relieved Wells and allowed an RBI single to Wooten and a 2-run double to Benji Molina. Jorge Posada's leadoff home run in the 6th off Brandon Donnelly made it 9-3 Angels. The next inning, the Yankees loaded the bases with 1 out off Francisco Rodriguez, but scored just once on a wild pitch. In the 9th, the Yankees hit 3 consecutive 2-out singles, the last of which to Mondozzi, scoring Bernie Williams before Nick Johnson popped out to end the game in the series. Anaheim's victory secured their place in the ALCS and ended the Yankees' bid for a 5th straight World Series appearance.
Good.
Good. So, average.
A lot of hitting going on. Holy crap.
Well, a box score, just to break this down, the Yankees managed 38 hits and only put up 25 runs throughout the ALDS. The Angels had 56 hits, put up 31 runs.
Wow.
So let's pay a bill real fast, and then we'll get to the ALCS, and then we can finally get to meat and taters.
Right on.
So, all right, guys. Kurt and I, as we love to do, we love anything veteran owned, and we promote the shit out of veteran owned stuff. So check out the Black Rifle Coffee Company. It's a veteran owned company. Check them out on Facebook, Twitter, all sorts of social media, YouTube. Check out their .com. These guys have great products. They have cool swag for men and women to wear. They have great coffee, dozens of different types of coffee to try. They make some tremendous energy drinks, all sorts of stuff. They have something for everyone. You can check out Black Rifle Coffee Company. They're at Walmart, your local convenience store, CVS pharmacies, Walgreens, anywhere and everywhere. And as Kurt and I say, we support. It doesn't matter how big the organization is. Don't matter if it's small, running out of the garage, or it's a multi-million-dollar conglomerate. Anything that's veteran owned, we support.
We're there, yes.
So, check out Black Rifle Coffee Company.
What's the energy drink you recommend? I'm going to try some of this.
So they have it's like a triple shot espresso energy drink, which obviously my fat ass being diabetic doesn't need, but every once in a while in the morning I needed something with a little pick me up, and that son of a bitch keeps me wired for hours.
Oh yeah, I might have to try it out.
So all right, so let's get to the ALCS. So the 2002 ALCS would feature the wild card winner Anaheim Angels and the AL Central champion Minnesota Twins. The series would begin on October 8, 2002, with the Angels splitting the first 2 games at the Metrodome. The Angels would then go home, where they won 3 straight to earn their first World Series appearance. Infielder Adam Kennedy would end up becoming the ALCS MVP. So, Game 1 The Twins would win. Game 1 wasn't a big event. The Twins would win 2-1. Anaheim would only manage 4 hits, where Minnesota would manage 2 runs off of 5 hits. So Joe Mays goes to the mound for Minnesota in a duel with Kevin Apier. AJ Przinsky, which is a name we've never mentioned on the show. Right. I've got a couple AJ Przinsky cards somewhere.
Great catcher.
He would hit a sacrifice fly with runners on first and third to put the Twins out front in the second inning. But in the third, the Angels got back-to-back 2-out singles by Adam Kennedy and David Eckstein before shortstop Christian Guzman's error on Darren Ernstad's ground ball tied the game. The Twins would take a 1-run lead when Corey Koski doubled in a run in the 5th. 3 Angels relievers would keep the Twins scoreless the rest of the game. Mays pitched 8 innings, and Eddie Guardado got the Twins save and took a 1-0 lead. As of 2021, this was also the last postseason game the Twins have won at home field. So game 2, Anaheim would win 6-3. They would manage 10 hits, whereas Minnesota would manage 11 hits but come up 3 runs short. So the Angels took the first lead in the series when Darren Ernstad hit a home run in the first with 1 out off of Rick Reed. In the second, Troy Glaus would hit a leadoff single, and then Brad Fulmer doubled before Scott Spezio's RBI double made it 2-0 Angels. So 2 outs later, with Spezio at third and Adam Kennedy at first, Spezio stole home plate while Adam Kennedy tried to steal second. He was caught up in the run down and knocked the ball away from Przinsky, though nobody called interference. Adam Kennedy went to the third and would score on David Eckstein's RBI single to make it 4-0 Angels. A 2-run homer by Fulmer would give the Angels a 6-run lead in the 6th inning, and then in the bottom half, Christian Guzman would hit a leadoff double and score on Corey Koski's single. After David Ortiz struck out, Torrey Hunter doubled before Doug Minkowitz 2-run single cut the Angels' lead in half. Neither team would score afterward off each other's bullpen, and Troy Percival earned the save as the Angels would tie the series 1 game apiece heading back to Anaheim. So Game 3 wasn't a real big affair. Anaheim would win 2-1. They'd manage 7 hits, score 2 runs. Minnesota would manage 6 hits, score 1 run. So Garrett Anderson this game was nothing to write about. As you can see in your notes, I have like a half a paragraph.
Right.
So Garrett Anderson started the scoring by hitting a leadoff home run in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Twins' Eric Milton and the Angels' Jared Washburn would duel for 7 innings. The Twins tied the game in the 7th when Moore hit a leadoff single and scored on Jacques Jones' 2-out double in the 7th. In the bottom of the 8th, Troy Glass hit the go-ahead home run off J.C. Romero to put the Angels on top 2-1. Troy Percival got the save in the 9th, and Francisco Rodriguez got the win in relief of Washburn with a perfect 8th inning. So, all right, let's put you to work for a minute. So, we go to Game 4.
Yes.
So, can you give me the box score there for Game 4?
Yeah, Anaheim would win this game 7-1. Anaheim had 10 hits, and the Minnesota Twins had 6 hits and 2 errors. I noticed here in the box score.
2 errors.
Yes, and we'll see if it played a part in it or not.
All right. So the game remains scoreless into the 7th inning of this game as Brad Raddick and John Lackey waged a classic pitcher's duel, but the Angels would finally strike in the bottom of the inning. A single stolen base in combination with an error and a walk put runners on first and third with no outs. Garrett Anderson popped out to third. Troy Glaus's RBI single would make it 1-0 Anaheim. Radke struck out Brad Fulmer, but Scott Spezio's RBI double made it 2-0 Angels. The next inning, Darren Ernstad singled with one out off of Johan Santana and moved to second on an error, and then to third on a ground out by Alex Ocha before scoring on Anderson's single off J.C. Romero. Mike Jackson relieved Romero and allowed a single to Glaus before Fulmer's 2-run double made it 5-0 Anaheim. Spezio was then intentionally walked, and Benji Molina's 2-run triple made it 7-0 Anaheim. Ben Weber in the ninth inning allowed a 2-out double to Corey Koski and a subsequent RBI to David Ortiz before striking out Torrey Hunter to end the game and give the Angels a 3-1 series lead. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure Torrey Hunter later became an Anaheim Angel in his later years.
Yes.
Him and Pujols formed a nice little hitting combination there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So here we go. Game 5. Would you happen to have the box score for Game 5?
Yes, I do. Anaheim 13, Minnesota 5. 18 hits for Anaheim, 9 for Minnesota.
Man,
This is where Adam Kennedy wraps up the ACL
MVP?
MVP, yes.
Yeah, he does. He's Man, they had 18 fucking hits in this game.
And there's that Scott Spezio again in the box score. I tell you what, underappreciated.
Yeah. Unsung hero for sure.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, you're doing such a good job. I mean, you don't have to read it word for word. Take it. I'll take it away, son.
Game 1 winner, Joe Mays took the mound to try to send the series back to the Metrodome. He was opposed by Kevin Apier, and the Twins struck first when Corey Koski walked with 2 outs in the first, moved to second on a wild pitch, and scored on a David Ortiz double. The next inning, Dustin Moore doubled with 1 out and scored on an H.A. Przinsky single, with Przinsky being tagged out at second. But the lead would be cut in half on an Adam Kennedy home run in the third. In the fifth, they lead off homer by Scott Spezio. And their name just keeps popping up.
Man, he is, too.
Yeah. And the second home run of the day by Kennedy, 2 batters later, made it 3-2 Angels. In the seventh, the Twins loaded the bases on 3 straight 1-out singles by Doug Minkwitz, Moore, and Przinsky off of Brandon Donnelly, who was relieved by Francisco Rodriguez. Rodriguez walked pinch hitter Bobby Kilty to force in Minkwitz, threw a wild pitch to Doc Jones to score more and allowed Jones to hit a sacrifice fly to drive in Przinsky to put the Twins ahead 5-3. In the bottom of the innings, Scott Spezio and Benji Molina. Benji Molina, was he the catcher?
I think he might have been.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hit consecutive leadoff singles off of Johan Santana before Kennedy's third home run of the game, put the Angels back in. What a game for Kennedy. Can you imagine hitting 3 home runs?
Three home runs.
I mean, wow.
Like, you're feeling that adrenaline, and the crowd's feeding up. Like, that's...
Oh, yeah. Holy crap. There's a Scott Spezio and Benji Molina hit consecutive leadoff singles. Yep. I lost my place.
I'll take it up here. So,
Right
LaTroy Hawkins would relieve Santana and allowed 3 straight singles to David Eckstein, Darren Ernstad, and Tim Salmon to load the bases with no outs. J.C. Romero would then relieve Hawkins and walked Garrett Anderson to force in Eckstein. After Troy Glaus struck out, which was baffling to me at the time, Sean Wooten's single scored Ernstad, and then a wild pitch scored Alex Osha, who was pinch running for Salmon, before Spezio's second single of the inning, his second single of the inning, which means they went the cycle.
Yep.
Scored Wooten to make it 11-5 Anaheim. Bob Wells relieved Romero and allowed 2 straight singles to Chone Figgins and Kennedy to reload the bases. Then hit Eckstein with a pitch to force in Spezio before Darren Ernstad's ground-out single scored Chone Figgins for the last run of the inning. Ben Weber and Troy Percival pitched a scoreless 8th and 9th, respectively, as the Angels' 13-5 win earned them their first ever AL pennant.
Yeah. Applause.
Yeah, let's...
Yeah. I mean, they literally was knocking the cover off the ball.
Adam Kennedy, 3 home runs in that game.
I mean, I can't imagine.
Like, man, that's a hot bat, son. That's a hot bat.
Sure. And don't forget Scott Spezio. I mean, they had a lot of unsung heroes, I think. I mean, the way, if I remember right.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, everybody's clicking.
So, okay. So now, got a couple things here.
All right.
So the Angels would then go on to win, as we're going to find out. They would go on to win the World Series against the Giants. The Twins, despite having lost the ALCS, would go on to win the AL Central for 2 more consecutive seasons, although they would lose in the ALDS both years to the Yankees. Within 6 months, fun fact, another Anaheim-Minnesota postseason matchup would take place as the Minnesota Wild would face off against the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim in the 2003 Western Conference Final during the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Ducks would sweep the Wild to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in franchise history before losing to the New Jersey Devils. So a little fun fact there. While the Angels and Twins experienced regular season success in the following years, 2002 would mark a serious high point for both franchises. To date, the Angels have not won another World Series or pennant, while the Twins have not won a playoff series since 2002. In 2020, the Twins set a postseason futility mark when they lost their 18th straight postseason game, setting a record for professional sports in North America. So there you go.
Right on. We got the stage is set.
Well, we're getting there. Got a couple things I want to go over here before we get to meat and taters.
Right on.
2002 was the first season for MLB.TV, which is an extension of MLB.com, which is still around today. It's where you can live stream games and watch past games and things of that nature. And I just put in my notes, it's crazy to think that this was 20 years ago, and where we're at now at technology with all forms of streaming and everything. But, back then that was groundbreaking,
Oh, yeah.
So on October 9th, 2002, the website Salon.com posted an article written by Joan Walsh, who was a lifelong Bay Area resident, business owner, writer, and a San Francisco Giants fan.
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Wrong pipe.
Yeah. Well, as Kurt Kelly's over there dying, I'll continue to read it.
I just took a drink and went down the wrong pipe.
Man, I sounded like that this week.
Man.
I still ain't 100%, man. COVID took me down, son.
I had the wrong pipe, man. I'm all right.
Okay.
Ooh, hey,
So this article was posted online just after the Giants would beat the Cardinals in Game 1 of the NLCS. She wrote a very in-depth article about the future of the San Francisco Giants and the future of skipper Dusty Baker. She wrote about the very publicized quote-unquote pre-breakup I have in my notes, between Giants owner at the time, Peter McGowan, and Dusty Baker, and how that affected the team this season, but how she had hoped they would work it out since they were deep into the postseason. I didn't put anything quote-wise in here, but it's definitely worth checking out if you're a baseball fan, because it leaves you thinking, with this being written prior to the World Series, if management would have been all simpatico and the universe was all harmonious and bullshit, would it have made things different with Baker being on the same team mentally wise and management wise with his boss, McGowan? I mean, there's merit to it, especially with the mental aspect that goes into professional athletes and coaches and everything.
Definitely.
So
I can see Dusty Baker as a player's coach. I mean, so I'm sure it had an effect.
Now, you've got some notes there. A November 2nd, 2018 article, so just a couple years ago, written by Ryan Kahn for the Armchair Media Network, would state the following. It's can you read that quote to me?
Yeah, the Boston Red Sox have dominated the American League since their curse-breaking 2004 World Series. They are 5-time AL East champions and 4-time West World Series champions. in that span. But before David Ortiz and Boston dominated the AL, a scrubby young AL team on the West Coast was winning their way towards their first and only World Series.
All righty. So, the 2002 Anaheim Angels were coming away from 12 consecutive seasons of 85 or less wins and 16 years without a postseason appearance. To put it lightly, the Angels were pathetic. They were a franchise that had 3 postseason appearances in the last 41 years. Yet, for another reason or another, the 2002 Angels decided to win. Not a lot changed between 2001 and 2002. This was not a situation where the Angels added a star player that powered them to new heights. This was the same group of core players who won 75 games, who won 99 the next year. The big additions in the offseason, if anything else, hurt the Angels. Pitchers Aaron Sele and Donnie Wall were signed in the offseason and posted a 4.89 and 6.43 ERA, respectively. This is all from Kahn's quotes that the November 2nd, 2018 article Kurt and I just referenced. What I'm reading here now is all still his quote. It's multiple paragraphs. So
right.
He continues on that saying, out of the 4 players the Angels signed, 2 played in 15 or more games. One of the other signees that was former New York Yankee Clay Bellinger, who is the father of, Cody. He played in 2 games and had 1 official at bat and struck out. The final signing was shortstop Eric Ibar, an amateur free agent. Ibar would remain with the Angels, becoming the starting shortstop from 2006 to 2015, but he would be a minor leaguer until then. Basically, what I'm putting this in here for, guys, is I'm driving home the thing that this was all organic in-house.
Yes.
The majority of this talent was all homegrown talent. This was all talent that had been drafted, come up through the minor league systems. This was all homegrown talent. They didn't go out and
right.
sign a hot bat. They didn't go out and get a guy that was out there just fucking lights in, lights out, dealing on the mound for 7-8 innings straight every game. This was homegrown talent. Yeah, Kurt.
Which is impressive, man.
Like, listen to this here. Benji Molina was their catcher. He signed as a free agent in '93. Scott Spezio, first base, signed as a free agent from Oakland in 2000. Adam Kennedy, second base, traded from the Cardinals in 2000. Troy Glaus, third base, drafted by the Angels, 3rd overall in '97. David Eckstein, shortstop, claimed off Boston's waivers in 2000. Garrett Anderson, left field, drafted by the Angels in the 4th round in 1990. Darren Arnstad, center field, drafted 1st overall by the Angels in 95. Tim Salmon, right field, drafted by the Angels in the 3rd round in 1989. Brad Fulmer, DH, traded from the Blue Jays to the Angels that season.
A lot of home talent there.
So, while the 4th-ranked offense is what gets remembered from this 2002 team, I want to bring attention to the pitching. As Kurt knows, I like to talk pitching.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody likes to see the home run ball in baseball and the long hit, and that's fucking awesome. I do too. But pitching is what gets me excited. Pitching is what gets me my nut.
It wins championships, man.
Pitching wins fucking championship. Defense.
Yes.
So their pitching was just as good. They were the 4th-ranked pitching staff with a collective team 3.69 ERA. Low ERA is good, but I've always said, and Kirk kind of agrees with me, I believe if as a collective your team ERA is 5 or under, you're doing good. Because you're going to have bad days at the office. It's a 162-game season.
Yes, and the Angels play in the American League where you have the designated hitter.
You hate that, don't you? You hate the DH position, don't you?
The pitcher spot don't come up there, which is usually an out, right? So that helps.
Always.
So that's pretty impressive, the 3.69 ERA.
Jared Washburn would lead the pitching rotation with a 3.15 ERA in 206 innings. The starting pitching was solid, but their bullpen is what separated the Angels. Percival, Weber, and Donnelly were the first 3 in the back end of the Halos bullpen. They combined for a 2 2.21 ERA across 184 fucking innings. Percival served as their primary closer and had 40 saves and a 1.9 ERA, basically solidifying a dominant ass bullpen.
Yeah, that's, to me, that's what.
Or wait. Remember we made the PETA joke? It's not a bullpen anymore. It's an arm barn.
Arm barn.
Remember that? I sent you that link. It's the arm. It's the arm barn. You can't say bullpen. It's not politically correct.
Yeah.
So, anyways, basically, Kane would further talk about the regular season for both teams and the postseason run for both teams. He'd wrap up his article with the following quote I'm going to read here. It says, "A team made of mostly homegrown talent would rely on a rookie to start the deciding World Series game for them. 23-year-old John Lackey." And, man, it is hard for me to think of John Lackey as a rookie. Like, I remember. But yes. you just think about what he did later on in life, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, back to the quote here. He would rely on a rookie to start the deciding World Series game for them. The then 23-year-old John Lackey went 5 innings, allowing only 1 run. Donnelly, Percival, and the young Francisco Rodriguez would finish the rest of the game, helping the Angels maintain a 4-1 lead and win their only World Series. The 2002 Angels were a homegrown team who exceeded expectations in every possible way. Their comeback in 6 games is legendary, but is not legendary as what the final call of the game, which we'll play,
right.
You know.
Right.
So, Kurt, you want to hit some meat and taters?
You know I'm always ready for meat and taters.
Oh. I love meat and taters. I think I'm going to have mackerel patties tonight because I'm finally getting my appetite back. Believe it or not, COVID might not be a bad thing. My fat ass didn't eat a whole lot during this during these first 4 or 5 days of COVID. I'm starting to get a little hungry.
Because you wasn't hungry or you just couldn't taste anything?
Well, for one thing, dude, I was sleeping like 18 to 20 hours a day.
Right.
Like you texted me to check on me that one day, and I think I texted you back at like 3 a.m. the next day.
Right.
So I know when you got up, when your alarm went off at 4:30 and you got up that morning, you're like, he texted me at 3. What the fuck? I texted him a day ago. So I would wake up. I would wake up at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, and then I'd be up till like 6, 7, 8 in the morning, and then right back to sleep again.
Sleep. Yep. That's why I hear it. A lot of makes you sleepy.
So tomorrow, my goal is to because I've talked to Tracy and that I'm come back Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Tuesday will be the earliest. If I'm still kind of, they're going to hold me out one more day. But Tuesday will be the earliest I can come back. I'm going to try to leave the house tomorrow. I've been in quarantine now, since basically Tuesday.
Right.
But I'm going to have to wear a mask when I come back to work for a week, which is part of protocol, which don't bother me. I'll wear a mask.
I see us all having to wear a mask.
Well, this new variant going around. But anyways, my goal is to, I think I'm going to finally try to leave the house for the first time in 6 days. Tomorrow I'm going to start the disinfecting mode, bed sheets and all my COVID clothes I had and everything, get that all washed and everything. And, but anyways, let's talk some.
I'm just glad you're feeling better, bro.
Well, not 100%, but I'd say I'm at least 60, and I'll take 60 over 0 anytime.
You're gaining.
Yeah, I'm gaining. So, all right, so let's get some meat and taters, son. So, Game 1 went down on October 19th, 2002 from Edison Field in Anaheim. First pitches were thrown out by Jackie Autry and Dr. Peggy Wilson. They estimate 44,603 fans in attendance. The Star-Spangled Banner sang by Josh Groban, and the little hottie Jessica Simpson would sing "God Bless America" and "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Take me out to somewhere. Hey. Yeah, she's pretty cute.
Oh God, Kurt. Let's
what?
You
said it first.
I know.
You got me started now.
Oh God. Let's
meat taters.
Let's play. No, let's let's pay a bill real fast.
All right, right on.
Okay. Just because we're gonna start getting in the World Series. So, Guys, check out Main Street Designs LLC. They're a small family-owned business here in DuBois County in Jasper, based in Jasper, Indiana. They specialize in laser engraving. They do direct garment printing. They can do vinyl decals. They can do baby blankets, tumblers, hats, personalized items for you or your business. Pretty much make anything you want within reason. They're some good people. They have offered numerous times to make a logo for me and Kurt at little to no cost, or might even be free of charge. I don't remember. I have to check the messages, but they're good people. I think it's it's a husband and wife or a brother and sister run business. I can't remember, but they're very good at what they do. Yeah, I show Kurt their shit. It's on Facebook all the time. They'll ship all over the U.S. So. And they're very affordable. But anyways, give these guys a call. Give them a call at 812-661-7765. Or give them a call at 812-661-7488. Again, for all you local people, give them a holler. For our fans that we got strewn out all over the country, if you just like supporting small business, which that's a big thing, Kurt and I. We like to support local, support small business. Give them a call, guys, and look them up on Facebook. That's Main Street Designs LLC. Okay, now that Kurt's done thinking about Jessica Simpson.
I'm not done thinking about her yet.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Yeah, here we go. All right, I'm out.
Okay. Oh, fuck. That just threw me for a loop. I wasn't prepared for that.
Oh, well. She's a pretty girl.
All right, so I'm going to let you take the lead here for game one. I mean, you can either talk it like I do or you can read it. I don't even care. It's only one paragraph, so I'm going to let you take game one here. So hit me with it.
Game one, San Francisco won 4-3 at Addison International Field of Anaheim, now Angel Stadium of Anaheim. You take a 1-0 series lead. As he strode into the batter's box to open the second inning, Barry Bonds was finally making his first and only World Series appearance. In his first at-bat on a 2-1 pitch from Angels starter Jared Washburn, Bonds smoked a line drive for a home run to right field, which gave the Giants a quick 1-0 lead. Reggie Sanders then followed up that bat with an off-the-field homer later in the inning. With the Giants leading 2-1 in the fifth, Giants batter T.J. Snow, who formerly played the Angels, I didn't know that, hit a 2-run shot over the center field wall over Sanders after Sanders singled to give the San Francisco a 3-run advantage. Eventual series MVP Troy Glaus hit 2 home runs for the Angels, one in the second and another in the sixth off of Giants starter Jason Smith.
You know, there was no World Series jitters for Glaus at all in this thing, was there? That's what's impressive.
Out. He was seeing the ball really, 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 really well. Holy crap. Adam Kennedy drove in the run with a base hit to 6 as well to trim the deficit to 4-3. However, Schmidt was effective otherwise, along with reliever Felix Rodriguez and closer Rob Mann as they held off the Halos the rest of the way. We got a team, the box score here.
All right. You want to hit me with that? Then what do you got?
4-3 Giants.
Okay.
6 hits for the Giants, 9 for Anaheim. No errors. Winning pitcher, Jason Smith. Losing pitcher, Washburn. Save for Rob Mann. Home runs.
Home runs. Let's hear them.
Bond, Sanders, Snow, and Glaus with 2.
Okay.
Good ball game to open up the series with. I mean,
I watched every one of them. I was, like I said, I was a high school freshman. I mean, we had 2 TVs in the house with satellite. One in the living room, one in the spare room. That's where I was, crept out in the spare room. Remember the old beanbag chairs?
Yes.
My fat ass sprawled out, all fat and gross, in a beanbag chair watching the World Series.
Oh man, that's the way to go there, man.
So all right, game 2 would go down on October 20th, Edison Field again in Anaheim. John Wooden would throw out the first pitch.
Huh.
Attendance was 44,000. The Star Spangled Banner would be sang by Daniel Rodriguez. God Bless America would be sang by Don Davidson.
We want Jessica Simpson or back. No.
Boy, this one's a little bit. I got a lot of info on game 2 here.
Yeah,
I just looked at that. I better take that one. That's a lot for you to read.
Yeah. I can barely read.
So game 2 was a slugfest that saw the lead fluctuate early between the team, wildly, I should say. The Angels plated 5 runs in the first inning by batting around against the Giants starter, Russ Ortiz. David Eckstein singled to lead off and scored on Darren Ernstadt's double. Tim Salmon would single. Garrett Anderson's RBI single made it 2-0 Angels. After Troy Glaus flew out, consecutive RBI singles by Fulmer and Scott Spezio made it 4-0 Angels. Fulmer stole home plate for the Angels' 5th run of the inning. In the second inning, Kevin Apier surrendered. You don't remember that? Huh.
Fulmer stole home.
The 5th run in the inning, yeah. In the second inning, Kevin Apier surrendered most of the lead by allowing a 3-run homer to Sanders, followed by a shot to David Bell. The Angels would answer then with a 2-run homer from veteran Tim Salmon to make it 7-0 in the Angels' favor. But Ortiz would not finish the inning as he would be relieved by Chad Zerbe, who provided 4 innings worth of relief. Apier didn't last much longer than Ortiz, though, as he was pulled in the third and replaced by John Lackey, the Angels' scheduled starter for Game 4, after surrendering a leadoff home run to Jeff Kent. Lackey temporarily quieted the Giants' offense, but then he ran into trouble himself by the time they got to the 5th inning because he would allow a double and an intentional walk. Ben Weber would come in to relieve him then, but allowed a single to Benito Santiago to load the bases. Then a 2-run single to J.T. Snow tied the game. And then after Reggie Sanders would strike out, consecutive RBI singles by David Bell and Sean Dunston would give the Giants a 9-7 lead. So a lot of action going on here.
Yeah, for sure.
So then the Angels decide to turn to 20-year-old rookie reliever Francisco Rodriguez, who answered by shutting down the Giants' offense for the next 3 innings. He retired 9 batters in a row on 25 pitches, which I done some digging. 25 of those pitches, of those 25, 22 were fucking strikes.
That's the shit I'm talking about, dude. I like that kind of research.
I don't always get lucky and get deep stats, bro, but I love good sluts and deep stats. Not safe for work. Anyways, the Angels would chip away at their deficit, though. In the bottom of the 5th, and this is all in the bottom, in the top of 5 innings. Like,
right.
All this shit is going on.
Right.
Like, we're just now to the bottom of the fucking 5th, dude. So in the bottom of the 5th, Glaus and Fulmer hit back-to-back leadoff singles before the former scored on Spezio's sacrifice fly. Next inning, Ernstad would double with 2 outs. Zerbe would be relieved by Jay Witasek, who walked Tim Salmon. Aaron Foltz relieved Witasek and allowed an RBI single to Anderson to tie the game, but then Salmon was thrown out at the 3rd to end the inning. So then Tim Salmon comes to the plate, drills a 2-run homer with 2 outs in the 8th inning off Felix Rodriguez, giving Anaheim an 11-9 lead. Closer Troy Percival would retire the first 2 batters in the 9th after allowing a mammoth shot from Bonds that landed halfway up the right field bleachers. I mean, when I say he went fucking yard, he went yard. Like,
there's a sound that bat makes.
Dude, I can remember that home run too.
Me too.
Like I'm seeing this. I mean, my God, this was 20 years ago. I was a freshman. I can reading this. Some plays stick with you. That home run by Bond. Holy shit.
Power on power.
That's juiced up power. Come on, let's be realistic here.
Let's be realistic, yes.
But I mean, regardless, juiced or not, it was still fucking impressive. Yeah. That would retire Benito Santiago to even the series. Bonds became the first player since Ted Simmons in '82 to hit a home run in his first 2 World Series games, joining Simmons, Dusty Rhodes in the 54 World Series, and Jimmy Foxx in the 29 World Series. That feat would later be duplicated by Craig Monroe of the 2006 World Series, featuring the Tigers and Cardinals. So then, Giants pitchers failed to strike out a batter for the entire game. The first time this has happened in World Series since Game 7 of the 1960 World Series. The Angels won despite giving up 4 home runs to the Giants compared to 1 by the Angels. So the box score on that game, the Giants managed 11 runs off of 16 hits with 1 error, excuse me. I had that backwards. The Giants would manage 12 hits, 10 runs off of 12 hits with 1 error, and the Angels would manage 11 runs off of 16 hits with 1 error. So,
that's 28 hits in the game, 23 runs.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember that game went late to the night.
So Reggie Sanders would go yard in the second inning. David Bell would go yard in the second inning. Jeff Kent would go yard in the third inning. Barry Bonds would go yard in the ninth for San Francisco. And in the Angels, Tim Salmon went yard in the second and the eighth inning. So, Game 3, October 22nd, we're going to Pacific Bell Park. So we're going down to the San Francisco Bay here. We had 4 first pitches thrown out. Orlando Cepeda, Juan Marshall, William McCovey, and Willie Mays. And just, can you tell me who caught Willie Mays' first pitch?
Barry Bonds. 42,000 and some change in attendance. The Tony Bennett, world-renowned singer, great singer, great guy. The late Tony. Tony's still with us? I
don't know.
Don't know for sure.
I don't think he is.
I'm not going to say either way yet. I don't know.
But anyways, he would sing "America the Beautiful," and Val Diamond would sing "God Bless America." Let's see how long this one is. Oh, this one's only 3. You take the first one, and I'll double over. So, start us out, Game 3 here.
Game 3, Anaheim won 10-4 in the first World Series game at Pacific Bell Park, now Oracle Park. The Angels batted around twice without a home run in either of their 4-run innings. They became the first team in World Series history to bat around in consecutive innings. Barry Bonds hit another home run, becoming the first player to homer in his first 3 World Series games.
It's impressive. So then the Giants would strike first blood finally on Benito Santiago's bases-loaded ground out in the first off Ramon Ortiz. But the Giants starter, Levian Hernandez, walked David Eckstein to lead off the third and then would allow a subsequent double to Darren Armstead. Well, then Tim Salmon, an error on Tim Salmon's ground ball would allow Eckstein to score. Garrett Anderson flew out. Troy Glaus would hit an RBI single, and Scott Spezio would follow with a 2-run triple. So the next inning, Anderson's RBI ground out with runners on second and third chased Hernandez. Jay Witasek would enter in relief and walked Glaus before allowing RBI singles to Spezio, Adam Kennedy, and Benji Molina, which increased Anaheim's lead 8-1. Rich Aurelia would hit a 1-out home run in the 5th for the Giants. After Jeff Kent singled, Bonds' home run made it 8-4, but the Giants would not score after that. The Angels added to their lead on Eckstein's RBI single in the 6th off Aaron Foltz and Aaron Stad's bases-loaded fielder's choice in the 8th off of Scott Erie. Giants public address announcer Rennell Brooks Moon is recognized by the Baseball Hall of Fame as the first female announcer of a championship game in any professional sport for her role in the 2002 World Series. I just thought you'd like this stat. I put it in here. Her scorecard from Game 3 is on display at the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York. Until 2014, this game was the Giants' only World Series loss at home since Pacific Bell Park opened in 2000. They proceeded to win the final 2 games in the series, then won 4 straight home games in their next 2 World Series appearances in 10 and 12 before finally losing at home in Game 3 in 2014. You want to give me the Game 3 box score here?
Yeah. Anaheim, 10 runs, 16 hits, no errors. San Francisco, 4 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors.
Wow. No, Anaheim didn't have a home run in this game. San Fran put up 2, Bonds in the 5th, Rich Aurelia in the 5th.
I just happen to be noticing that as you're going through each game, there's a lot of 2-out hits by the Angels.
Okay, so break that down for me. Tell everybody what you're driving at here about that.
What I'm driving at is the pitching was not up to par for the Giants. I mean, two outs, you got to get that 3rd out somehow.
You got to close out situations.
Yes, absolutely.
Close out innings, close out situations.
There ain't nothing more dangerous than a team that can hit with 2 outs. I tell you.
To put this in perspective, this is the equivalent of in professional football. You got to get off the field on 3rd down.
Yes, there you go.
You either depending on what you're doing. If you're on offense, you've got to convert 3rd down. If you're on defense, you've got to get off the field on 3rd down.
And if you're playing baseball and you got 2 outs and runners on, you've got to get that out.
So Game 4 would be held October 23rd, 2002, Pacific Bell Park. The first pitch was thrown out by the MasterCard players. Natalie Cole would sing the Star Spangled Banner. Mickey Thomas would do God Bless America. They estimate the attendance is at 42,703 fans. Let's see. Oh, this one's 1 paragraph. I only got a 1 paragraph summary here. You want to take Game 4? Isn't this not? Are you excited to have notes? You like this now?
Yes, I do like this.
Okay,
man, I appreciate it, dude.
No, I do too. I feel like you're seriously invested in this now that you can see. Because before, whether we were remote or we were at your house, or you couldn't see what I had.
I was just staring into your eyes.
You were. Oh man, I wish I had some '70s bounce chicka wow wow music. That's some funny shit. Okay, all right.
Well, let's get on to Game 4.
Game 4. It's only a 1 paragraph summary here. You hit it.
You homer.
Oh man.
The Angels struck first. In the second off, David Eckstein's bases loaded sacrifice fly. Then made it 3-0 next inning. Troy Glaus's 2-run home run off starter Kirk Reuter. In the bottom of the 5th, however, Angels starter John Lackey allowed 3 consecutive leadoff singles, the last of which by Rich Aurelia scoring Reuter. Jeff Kent sacrifice. I like Jeff Kent, by the way.
I do too.
Sacrifice fly cut the Giants' lead to 3-2, and NLCS MVP Benito Santiago tied the game with a single. And after the Angels walked Barry Bonds with a runner on second and 2 outs, David Bell put the Giants ahead with an RBI single in the bottom of the 8th off of Francisco Rodriguez. The run was unearned due to Anaheim's catcher Benji Molina's pass ball during the previous at-bat, allowing J.T. Snow to move to second. Tim Worrell got the win for the Giants. San Francisco earned a 4-3 victory to the series and ensured a return trip to Anaheim.
All right, so the box score for that game, which so now we're all tied up here. So we're tied 2 games apiece. So the box score here, San Fran would manage 4 runs off of 12 hits. Anaheim would only manage 3 runs off of 10 hits. Let's see here. And Troy Glaus would go yard in the 3rd inning for Anaheim. Nobody goes yard for San Francisco. So now Game 5, the very next day, October 24th, 2002. Wait a minute. Let me, did I say something stupid? I always say stuff stupid. Hang on. San Francisco scored a 4-3 victory to tie the series and ensured a return trip to Anaheim. Okay. But they don't go back to Anaheim. Do they? Because I got it in my note that it's at Pacific Bell Park.
Series.
Oh, that's right.
Series.
Yeah. Well, because okay, anyway. So Game 5 goes down October 24th, 2002 at Pacific Bell Park. Country singer Leanne Rimes would sing the Star Spangled Banner. Ryan Houston, I do not know who Ryan Houston is. God Bless America. Gina Moscone would throw out first pitch. I feel like I've heard that name. I have no idea who that is. You know what? Either. It's my show.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's our show. I say it's my show.
It's mostly your show. You do all the leg work.
Yeah.
I'm just here to sound stupid.
You have the easiest job. You just watch film. I don't want to hold up the show, but this is going to bug me, so I want to look. Gina Moscone.
Yeah. Well, you piqued my curiosity.
She was just a California Democrat.
Oh boy,
she's a politician. It's okay.
Yeah. Huh.
All right, hang on. Now I'm texting, teacher. Remember, I got mad at you that night. Now I'm texting.
Yeah.
I just had a text an hour ago.
Leanne Rimes, she's easy on the eyes too. There, by the way.
Okay, so anyway, it was about it was about the wrestling thing. Did I tell you about the wrestling thing? Oh God. Okay. So sidebar. So we know I got a lot going on, right?
Right.
My music, Steel Toes and Scoreboards, which takes precedent over everything. I start a pro wrestling podcast. Me and the guys are having trouble getting together sometimes with our schedule, but it's still out there. So I'm back to being active in Freemasonry again. I started a Freemasonry podcast with a guy in my lodge, so there's that. And now more things just fall onto me.
You have to send me the working.
Well, listen to it. Yeah, I can. Well, now I've taken on a role as being a contributor for bodyslam.net. So I've been friends with a guy. I met a guy online in 2004. 18 years I've known this guy. We met through fantasy wrestling, which is basically you just create a character and you write out match results and you script your promos and they're called role plays. The reason I can bang out 16,000 notes for these episodes is because I used to write 2 or 3 times a week. I used to write 5,000 to 7,000 word role plays for my character. Well, the guy that I've met is one of the guys I met online, who lives in North Carolina. He founded bodyslam.net, which is a site, and he's built this thing from the ground up for the last 9-10 years. He reports on a lot of professional wrestling and MMA and boxing news. He goes to events. He gets comp tickets. So now I've become a contributor for them. I write notes. I write articles. I review shows. I'm getting some press passes made. I'm going to be going to events, interviewing talent, local events. And so anyways, it was just he's just like, hey, how you feeling? You dead yet? If you're not dead, you want to put in some work tonight? So anyways.
Well, good thing you're not dead, right?
Yeah. So anyways, all right, Kurt. So here we go. So San Francisco took a 16-4 blowout win in a game in which the Angels would never lead. The most well-known moment in this game occurred in the bottom of the 7th inning when Giants first baseman J.T. Snow scored off a Kenny Lofton triple. What I'm about to read now is a moment that, as a father, myself as a father, scares the fuck out of me. I watched this happen. I was a teenager when I was 15 years old when I watched it happen. I'm just like, wow, dumb kid.
Yeah.
So you know where I'm going with this. You've got the
Yes.
notes. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So 3-year-old bat boy Darren Baker, who is the son of Giants manager Dusty Baker, ran to home plate to collect Lofton's bat before the play was completed and was quickly lifted by the jacket of snow with one hand as he crossed the plate with David Bell close on his knees. Had JT Snow not acted too quickly, Darren would have been seriously injured in a play at home plate. Like, you're talking a collision at that speed and that force. This is going to break that little boy's legs, and God only knows what else. He's 3 years old. You know, Dusty brought him to the games. He'd run out and collect the bats.
Yeah.
JT Snow was a hero for what he did.
Oh, absolutely.
Just a scary moment that was avoided.
Quick thinking.
Yeah, quick thinking. Anyways, going back to the game. Giants second baseman Jeff Kent would hit 2 home runs to break out of a slump, hitting his first home run since Game 2, driving in 4 runs. In the bottom of the first inning, Barry Bonds' double off Jared Washburn with runners on first and second gave the Giants an early lead. Benito Santiago's sacrifice fly, followed by 3 consecutive walks, made it 3-0 Giants. The next inning, Benito's bases-loaded single scored 2, and Reggie Sanders' sacrifice fly scored another. Orlando Palmeiro doubled to lead off the top of the 5th and moved to third on David Eckstein's single and scored on Darren Ernstad's sacrifice fly. After Tim Salmon singled, a wild pitch by starter Jason Schmidt allowed Eckstein to score. After Garrett Anderson was strike out, Troy Glaus's RBI double cut the Giants' lead 6-3. The Angels cut it 64 in the next inning off Chad Zerbe on Eckstein's ground out with runners on second and third, but would not score again. Kent's 2-run home run in the bottom half off of Ben Weber widened the Giants' lead 8-4. Then in the next inning, Kenny Lofton's 2-run triple made it 10-4 Giants. Scott Shields relieved Weber, and after Rich Aurelia struck out, Kent's second home run of the game made it 12-4 Giants. The next inning, Shields would allow consecutive one-out singles to JT Snow and David Bell, and then an error off Shinjo's ground ball would make it 13-4 Giants. After Lofton would ground out, Rich Aurelia capped the scoring with a 3-run home run. Scott Erie would then retire the Angels in order in the 9th, as the Giants were now 1 win away from a World Series title. Yeah.
That game.
This game shares one peculiar record with Game 2 of the 1960 World Series. The 2 games share the World Series record for most runs scored by a game-winning team who would go on to lose the World Series.
Oh, be dang.
So, the box score, let's see how brutal this son of a bitch is. So, Anaheim would manage 4 runs off of 10 hits with 2 errors, while San Francisco Giants would manage 16 runs off of 16 hits.
That's impressive there.
I mean,
It's trained a runner. Yeah.
I'll give him some credit there.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, Jeff Kent goes yard in the 6th and 7th inning. Rich Aurelia goes yard in the 8th inning for San Fran. Nobody goes yard for Anaheim. So, don't want to hit that button.
Excuse me.
All right, Kurt. Whoops. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. All right, Game 6. This is where things go the other way.
Yes.
Game 6, October 26th, Edison Field, Anaheim, California. First pitch thrown out by Rod Carew. 44,000. Do what?
Hall of Famer. Dude.
Hall of Famer, bro. 44,506 and change. R&B singer Brian McKnight would sing the Star Spangled Banner. And let's go. Let's get into it. This is a lot to talk about. So You take that first paragraph there and that little second paragraph, and then I'll come in and close it out.
Right on.
All right, let's go. Game 6. Here we go, baby. Game 6.
The turning point in the series game is Game 6, on the top of the 7th inning. The Giants led 5-0, but then proceeded to surrender 3 runs in the bottom of the inning and another 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning and lost the game 6-5. The game was scoreless through the first 4 innings. In the top of the 5th, San Francisco took the lead. David Bell single with 1 out. Then Sean Dunstan's home run made it 2-0 Giants. After Kenny Lofton doubled, Francisco Rodriguez relieved Kevin Apier. Lofton stole third. There's that speed that puts pressure on our defense.
There you go.
And scored on a wild pitch in the top of the 6th. Barry Bonds homered off Rodriguez to make it 4-0, and the Giants added another run in the top of the 7th when Lofton singled and stole second and was driven in by a single by Jeff Kent.
So then leading 5-0 with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th, they're 8 outs away from the Giants' first World Series title since moving to San Fran. Giants manager Dusty Baker pulled starting pitcher Russ Ortiz, who had shut out the Angels during the game, for setup man Felix Rodriguez, after Ortiz gave up consecutive singles to third baseman Troy Glaus and designated hitter Brad Fulmer. In a widely publicized move, Baker gave Ortiz the game ball as he sent him back to the dugout. During the pitching change, the rally monkey came on the Jumbotron, sending 45,000 Angels fans into Kurt's favorite word, pandemonium. Angels first baseman Scott Spezio then fouled off a pitch after pitch after pitch before.
I bet you he was a good 2-strike hitter. I'll about bet it.
He was a great 2-strike hitter.
2-strike hitter, absolutely.
So, anyways, he hit a 3-run home run that barely cleared the wall in right field. I mean, it was a home run.
Right.
Barely,
but it's a home run.
Well, I mean, the name says it all. The Angels got to be God's favorite team. That's funny. That's why I can hit the laugh track.
Yes, that's right.
So Ortiz would be charged with 2 runs and a no decision, his second of the series. The rally continued in the 8th inning as the Angels center fielder Darren Ernstad hit a leadoff line drive home run, followed by consecutive singles by Tim Salmon and Garrett Anderson. When Bonds misplayed Anderson's shallow left field bloop single, Chone Figgins, who had pinch run for Salmon, and Anderson took third and second base respectively. With no outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and now only a 5-4 lead, Baker brought in closer Rob Nin to pitch to Glaus, hoping that Nin could induce a strikeout that might yet preserve the Giants' slim lead. However, Glaus slugged a double to left center field gap over Bonds' head to drive in the tying and go-ahead runs, giving Nin a blown save. Nin managed to keep Glaus from scoring, and that was the final score. In the 9th inning, Angels closer Troy Percival struck out Tom Goodwin, induced a foul pop-out from Lofton, and struck out Rich Aurelia to preserve the 6-5 victory in front of the jubilant home crowd. The comeback from a 5-run deficit was the largest in World Series history for an elimination game.
Great ball game.
So the box score for this game, Anaheim managed 6 runs off of 10 hits, and San Francisco managed 5 runs off of 8 hits. So
I'd say the at-bat there that changed the whole game was Spezio.
Going yard in the 7th, and Okay. So before we get into Game 7, let's pay Bill one more time.
Absolutely.
So, we got to save our girl for last.
Oh, yeah.
So, we'll save her for the final one. So, guys, I don't know if you've ever seen my co-host, those that don't know that listen from around the country, but he is a ruggedly ugly man. But he does have a beautiful, beautiful beard. And for you guys out there that love to take care of your beards, I recommend checking out Beauty and the Beard Co.
I need to check them out myself.
So check out Beauty and the Beard Co. They are a Marysville, Ohio-based company. Check them out on Facebook. Visit their .com. When you look at them on Facebook, Beauty and the Beard Co. is just C-O. But check them out. They have great swags, soaps, oils, beard kits, the works. And for our listeners, if you enter our discount code SteelToes15 at checkout, you will have increased savings. And you know, it's worth it to keep that beard looking Viking-esque or beautiful. If you don't want to be you don't want to be a Viking, you want to be fabulous.
No, I think I'll be a Viking.
They'll help you make it fabulous. But in all seriousness, these are great people. I've talked to them. They seem like legit cool people, and I like to look at their stuff on Facebook all the time. And check them out, guys. That's Beauty and the Beard Co. I have a lot of fun doing these live ad reads. You know, one day we'll be so successful, we won't even do live ad reads. I'll just already have these preloaded into something. We'll just fucking plug them in.
Man, that'd be all right.
That'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
All right.
Maybe we'll get a few more listeners. We can keep doing World Series games.
There you go. All right, let's get into it. We still got a little bit to go here.
No, we got
all right, Kurt.
Business. Yes, sir.
Game 7, the 2002 World Series, October 27th, 2002. Edison Field in Anaheim. First pitch thrown out by Jim Abbott. Attendance was 44,598 fans. Star Spangled Banner sang by Melissa Etheridge. God Bless America and Take Me Out to the Ball Game sang by Wayne Brady.
We dang.
All right. So, Game 7 proved to be anticlimactic after the drama of Game 6. The Giants scored the first run in the top of the second inning when Reggie Sanders would hit a sacrifice fly to score Benito Santiago from third. But the Angels responded with a run-scoring double from catcher Benji Molina that scored Scott Spezio from first after he had walked with 2 outs. A 3-run double to right field from left fielder Garrett Anderson pushed the lead to 4-1 and gave San Francisco starter Hernandez the loss. Hernandez was yanked following Anderson's double, and Chad Zerbe got out of the nightmarish inning. Zerbe, Kirk Reuter, and Tim Worrell held the Angels scoreless, but it was not enough. Rookie starting pitcher John Lackey maintained that lead through 5 innings and turned the game over to the strong Angels bullpen. In the 9th inning, closer Troy Percival provided some tense moments as he opened the inning by putting 2 Giants players on base with only 1 out. But Shinjo, the first Japanese-born player in a World Series game, struck out swinging, and Kenny Lofton, also representing the tying run, flied out to Darren Ernstedt in right center field to end the series. The Angels won Game 7 4-1 to claim their franchise's first and only World Series championship to date. John Lackey became the first rookie pitcher to win a World Series Game 7 since 1909. In Game 7, 3 rookie pitchers, John Lackey, Brandon Donnelly, and Francisco Rodriguez, combined to throw 8 innings with giving up only 1 earned run. The Angels World Series... The Angels won the World Series despite scoring fewer runs than the Giants. The Angels lost the first game in all 3 rounds of the playoffs, yet rebounded to win each time. They were the first and today only team to do this since the new postseason format was created in 1994. Until 2017, this was the last time a franchise would win its first World Series championship. It was also the second year in a row that feat had been accomplished, as the 2001 Diamondbacks would beat the New York Yankees. Let's see. The Angels became the first AL champion team not representing the AL East Division to win the World Series since the Twins did it in 91. The Angels were also the first American League wild card winner to win the World Series. With this win, the Angels got rid of the supposed curse on their heads stemming from the Anaheim Stadium being on ancient burial grounds. Box score. San Francisco manages 1 run on 6 hits. Anaheim manages 5 runs on 4 hits. And let's just see if I can find the call here, just because I want to play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Angels World Series call. Okay. Shout out Major League Baseball. See if I can play it here. Gotta love commercials. Shout out Major League Baseball. We do not own the rights to this. This is all your stuff here, so here we go.
If Kenny Lofton gets the ball down, he can pull it. That's his long ball. Down and in.
Driven into right center field. Erstad says he has it. The Angels, world champions.
Pandemonium right now, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
You ought to see this stadium.
Rocking.
They shoot a look at Baker, and he's just disgusted.
Well,
Bonds looks dejected.
looks like he's ready to be injected.
Yeah. Man, that stadium is loud.
Loud, yes, for sure.
Fireworks going off. Confetti. I thought Joe Buck would have another call here, but he hasn't.
Well, the crowd saying it all.
Okay. That's enough of that. We got more work to do. So, would you like some stats, I guess, huh?
I was just sitting there looking through these.
Well, you got some.
I'm just looking at notable
Notable ones. That's kind of what I always put in the notes. I put them all in there, but some of the bigger ones, World Series stats. Benji Hill, what was his batting average in the World Series?
Benji, I think 500, 800.
800, yeah.
Yeah. 5 at bats and 4 hits.
Garrett Anderson hit a 281.
Yeah, had several at bats.
Eckstein was hitting 310. Klaus was hitting 385. Yeah. Adam Kennedy was hitting 280. Benji Molina was hitting 286. The team average was 310.
310. That's for it to get her done.
Yeah, that's. Now you look at the Giants. Aurelia was hitting 250. Bonds was hitting 471. Juiced up.
Yep.
David Bell was hitting 304. Kenny Lofton was hitting 290, just under 300.
And the rest is just pretty much who?
Yeah, they were hitting 281 as a team. The pitching statistics is something I wanted to point out. John Lackey had a 4.38 ERA. Francisco Rodriguez, the rookie, had a 2.08 ERA. Kevin Apier got dinged around bad. He had 11 ERA.
That's 16-4 game, man.
Yeah. As a team total, though, the Angels would have a 5.75 ERA. For the Giants, the only one that was really dealing halfway decent, Kirk Ruder, had a 2.70 ERA. Aaron Foltz had a 3.86. Tim Morrell had a 3.18. Their team ERA total, the Giants pitching was 4.60. Their pitching wasn't there.
No.
Not to the lengths that the other one was.
Right.
So now here we go. So got some I don't know, as I always call this, miscellaneous. Yeah, random stats and info, tying up some loose ends, and eventually we'll get to Kurt's favorite part, which is word association. the 2002 World Series against the Angels, the Giants were 8 outs away from winning the World Series in Game 6. It just didn't happen. I love to bring that up anytime I can. I just, you know.
I'm not a Giant fan either.
It didn't happen. I mean, it didn't happen.
Right.
The Angels and Giants combined for 85 runs over the course of the series, the largest combined run total for both teams in World Series history. This remains the most recent World Series that was played entirely within one state. There will not be another postseason matchup between two California teams until the 2020 NLDS between the Dodgers and the Padres, which took place at a neutral site due to COVID-19, which I have. Fuck you, COVID.
Yeah, no shit.
This was the last World Series where home field advantage would alternate between leagues each year. So before the start of the damn it. One click too many. So before the start of the 2003 season, the Walt Disney Company sold the Angels for $180 million to businessman Art Moreno. Nevertheless, the 2002... That's a lot of scratch.
It's a lot of scratch.
Nevertheless, the 2002 World Series began the most successful era in Angels franchise history, making 6 postseason appearances from 2002 to 2009. Before 2002, they had been to the postseason 3 times in franchise history, in 79, 82, and 86. They advanced to the ALCS in 2005 and 2009, but lost those series respectively to the White Sox and the Yankees, each while en route to their own World Series championships. The Angels were the most recent team to win the championship in its first World Series appearance until the Nationals did it in 2019. Between 2002 and 2019, all first-time World Series participants would lose. The Astros in 2005, Rockies in 2007, Tampa Bay Rays in 2008, and Rangers in 2010. The Angels would sparingly use the Rally Monkey mascot after the 2002 World Series and unofficially retired it after the 2009 postseason. Game 7 of the World Series would be Dusty Baker's final as a manager of the Giants as he left in the offseason to take the position with the Chicago Cubs. The Giants would return to the postseason the following year under new manager Felipe Alou with a 100-win season, the first time in 10 years they'd win 100 games. But they would lose in the NLDS to the Florida Marlins, a wild card team that would later go on to win the World Series against the New York Yankees. Josh Beckett.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else we got here. I got some.
Pudge Rodriguez.
That's right. Skipping down a little bit here. So this is just more talking about. I think I got a little bit about Bonds here. Barry Bonds would break Hank Aaron's all-time home run record in 2007. Bonds also won 2 more NL MVPs in 2003 and 2004. Extending his record for most MVP awards to 7. Bonds would not play another Major League game after the 2007 season. He retired as one of the greatest players in baseball history to never win a championship, along with Ted Williams and Ty Cobb. Bonds' last few seasons and his post-playing career would fall under scrutiny to performance-enhancing drug allegations. As of 2021, he has still not made the Baseball Hall of Fame. What else we got? So I got something here. By the way, like I talked about earlier with MLB TV, Fox's telecast this World Series would mark the first time the World Series was telecast in HD. So HD was coming out around this time.
Right.
So there's that.
Cool.
Did you know the first pitch tossed before Game 1 was actually thrown in space?
Did not know that.
Did not know that?
No.
So I got a big press release junket in here from October 18th where NASA threw the first pitch in space while the astronauts up there in the space station and everything. And I'm not going to read it, but for those of you that don't believe me, actually Google it. The astronauts and NASA threw the first pitch before the World Series, and they did it in outer fucking space.
That's fucking Sainty.
You know, if you if you're actually outside of the shuttle, you're not in the station, and you throw the ball, it's never coming back.
Right. It was probably going just today.
It's never coming back.
Right. I guess maybe some alien might catch it and throw it back. I don't know.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was a publicity stunt, press junket. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I'm
just reading over it here. Yeah, okay. It's a lot of publicity stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's some deep stats for you, which I kind of glazed over this just briefly a second ago.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
Game 6 showed how important the bullpen is in a World Series, as it's long since been argued that if the Giants relievers had held the Angels and they actually had a bullpen, it would have been the World Series champions Giants and not the World Series champion Anaheim Angels.
It was the rally monkey.
We'll get to the rally monkey. Don't beat me to it here. So, okay. So, this was the last series to be played in a full 7 games until 2011, which is going to be a World Series Kurt and I eventually cover. We keep talking about it. For those that don't remember, 2011 was the badass 7-game series between the Texas Rangers and the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
One of the top 10 greatest World Series of all time, hand down. David Freese, baby.
Yes. Yeah, what a class performance.
Ron Washington. He was skipper. He was skipper, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't think of the... Remember we was talking about that. I couldn't think of who the skipper was.
It wasn't Ned Yost. Wasn't it Ron Washington?
It was Ron Washington, yes.
Who the fuck was Ned Yost the skipper of in that era?
He was a brewer. Maybe? I don't know.
I don't feel like Googling that one. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyways, so the first decade of the 2000s was truly something special for the Fall Classic. I said this because I briefly touched over this earlier. 5 teams made their first World Series appearances. The Diamondbacks in 2001 win. Angels in 2002 win. Astros in 2005 loss. Colorado Rockies in 2007 loss. Tampa Bay Rays in 2008 loss. Fuck you to my Phillies.
Oh.
In this era, the Boston Red Sox, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Chicago White Sox would all end some serious extended playoff droughts. In the 10 World Series we had from 2000 to 2009, 14 separate teams would make a World Series appearance, one team shy of half of Major League Baseball.
A lot of parity.
This here, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and hit this now. You're going to be like, why are you hitting this? In the days following the San Francisco Giants World Series loss, a little fun was had in some news articles and some opinion editorials. On November 3rd, 2002, the website The Biz Journals would post a tongue-in-cheek article written by Steve Sminovich entitled San Francisco Giants Go to Heaven. It featured a World Series Game 8, giving the Giants a chance to tie the game at 4 each, forcing a Game 9. The article is hilarious, and unfortunately, you guys just Google it. I mean, it's hilarious. Unfortunately, a second article was never written, so the outcome for the first World Series Game 9 will never be known. It should be noted, though, that the author of this article was a tremendous San Francisco Giants fan. I think that goes without saying.
Yeah.
So, the Rally Monkey.
Yes.
So, Kurt's like, what's the Rally Monkey?
I know what it is.
June 6, 2000, it debuted on the big screen as the Angels were ironically playing the Giants at the time. They were down 5-4 in the 9th inning. They took a clip of the monkey jumping around from Jim Carrey's 1994 Ace Ventura and superimposed the words Rally Monkey on it. Then it just grew so much that the team hired a white monkey named Katie, who is famous for playing the monkey Marcel on the television sitcom Friends. So she would bounce around to House of Pain's song Jump Around, and hold a sign that said rally time. So that's the legend of the rally monkey, is dumb as...
yeah, I remember
So, as I said earlier, Sam Miller's infamous 2020 ranking, 116 at the time, 117 now. This one was ranked 22nd overall. I put this one in my top 25, so I still think it probably could go a little bit higher, maybe into the teens, but I'm satisfied it's not ranked somewhere like fucking 90th or something.
Well, yeah, I agree.
So,
totally.
All right, Kurt. So here comes your favorite part. As you can see in front of you, we have a lot of word association.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So I'm really, because I got all excited, I'm gonna put you through the fucking ringer. So I'm gonna put you through the ringer, and then now you don't have to answer me, or you don't have to ask me all these. But now, because you're always like, man, you need to be part of word association too.
Yeah.
So I'll just let you pick out some random ones, and you can ask me after I run you through. But I'm going to put you through the ringer and make you do them all, because I put a lot of work into this.
Okay, fair enough.
And think about this: I got all these notes done and got them printed off and got them to work the day before, and then I get COVID. So let's just be thankful that I got these to you the day before.
Right.
So, okay, word association. Barry Bonds.
Oh, steroids.
Ooh. Troy Glaus batting .385.
Impressive.
Angels winning with homegrown talent.
That's impressive also.
I like you. Impressive. The Giants offense only batting .281.
Womp, womp, womp.
JT Snow, 11 home runs, 407 average for the Giants. Or maybe that was 11 hits. I don't remember.
Yeah, 11 hits.
11
Pretty solid.
Solid. Angels batting .310.
Impressive.
Kevin APR's 11.37 ERA in 2 starts for Anaheim.
Oh, man. What do you say? I mean, and he wasn't that bad a pitcher.
No, but man, he got, the Giants pitching sucked in the World Series, but their bats was what kept them in, and they lit up some of these Angels pitchers now.
Yes. I mean, holy crap.
Jared Washburn, 9.31 ERA in 2 starts for Anaheim. He was their number one guy out the bullpen. He was their number one starter.
Rough.
Rough way to go?
Yeah, for sure.
Angels team ERA of 5.75.
I'm just unexpected, I think.
Unexpected, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, I figured they'd do better than that. They ain't won the World Series, I guess. That's all that matters. That kind of seems high, don't it?
A little bit. It sure does.
I mean, all right.
All right, so Levian Hernandez, 14.29 ERA in 2 starts for San Fran.
Yuck. Yeah.
Kirk Ruder, 2.70 ERA in 2 games, 1 start for San Fran.
Respectable.
Giants ERA team average 4.65.
It's respectable, I guess. I don't know. I mean, comparing that to the Angels, it seems a little bit off, I think. I don't know. Yeah, boy.
Okay, this one I screwed. Huh?
I hear myself echoing.
That's okay. Let me adjust here. How's that?
There you go.
Okay.
No, I still hear it, but that ain't as bad.
Okay. So this one I kind of flubbed up, so I'm going to switch the question around. Giants pitching.
Giants pitching?
Yeah.
It wasn't very clutch.
Dusty Baker.
Good manager. Yeah, tough break.
Do the Giants win if Baker and McGowan are on the same page?
No.
Mike Scioscia.
Solid coach.
Barry Bonds for the Hall of Fame.
No.
Will he eventually get in?
Yes.
The Rally Monkey.
Kind of silly.
2002 Angels.
Persevering.
Ooh. I like that one. 2002 Giants.
I'd say it was a letdown.
I would agree.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. Sam Miller's 22nd overall ranking of this fall classic.
Fair, I guess.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it could go the other way a little bit, but.
Okay. We're rounding third base now.
I'm leaking oil. I'm running out of air.
Why did the Angels never make it back?
I think it has a lot to do with their management.
Okay. Giants 3 World Series in 5 years between 2010 and 2015.
Impressive. I hate to say it, but impressive.
The rookie Francisco Rodriguez pitching.
Man, he can throw hard.
2002 World Series.
Classic.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you want a couple.
All right, fucking throw me out a few of them. I don't care. However many you want.
Barry
You want
Bonds.
2, want 12? I don't give a fuck. Barry Bonds. Talented with an asterisk
Yes.
because
yeah.
the juicing.
Yes.
Okay. Hit me with another one. Pick one random. I don't care.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard a weird noise outside or something.
Squirrel.
Yeah, my bad. The Angels winning with homegrown talent.
That's how you build a championship team.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
that's what comes to mind. That's how you build a championship team, homegrown talent.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely respect the teams that go to the homegrown talent for sure.
Okay.
Let's see here.
However many you want to give me, you just tell me when you're done.
I'll give you a couple more.
Okay.
Mike Scioscia.
Mike Scioscia, class act.
Absolutely.
That's what comes to mind. Class act.
Does Giants win if Baker and management were on the same page?
No.
I agree. A couple more here. Barry Bonds for Hall of Fame.
For the Hall of Fame, my vote is no.
Agreed. Will he eventually get in?
Yes.
One more. The Rally Monkey.
The coolest but stupidest fucking thing ever.
I agree.
So stupid.
I agree. You almost got to think it worked. I mean, look at that Game 6. They break out the Rally Monkeys, and lo and behold.
Oh, God. That should have been another one. Game 6. There you go. Game 6, Kurt.
Turning point.
I'd say phenomenal.
Phenomenal, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's do one more.
bro.
Let's do one more here. So, guys, check out our girl, our favorite, our biggest supporter. Save her best for last all the time. Check out Nana's Aromas LLC. Check them out on Facebook. Check her out at nanasaromas.com on the web. She's located in beautiful Palmyra, Indiana. She's got a store there located at 845 Church Street. Beautiful Harrison County, Indiana. Not far. She will ship all over the U.S. Please call her for those that are local and thinking about going up to her shop. Please call her in advance to schedule an appointment for her store due to COVID-19. COVID's an issue that Nana takes pretty serious. We've mentioned it before. We won't mention it again why, but she takes COVID very seriously. Every candle is custom made by her from start to finish, even the labeling. She does not outsource absolutely nothing. She does more than just candles, though, guys. She has air fresheners. She has melts, warmers, the works. And my favorite part of this, and I always feel obliged to include it, she makes every batch is made in small quantities of 10 candles or less for the simple fact of she can better QC them. That's why these candles are as good as they are. She sent me and Kurt a free candle, blueberry cream cheese cake. Good God. I know, that's what I told Kurt. But anyways, guys, give Nana a call, please, at 812-972-3670. Again, that's 812-972-3670. Message her on Facebook or check her out on the web. And again, the affordable candles,
You won't
quality.
be disappointed.
You will not be disappointed. Absolutely not. So that's our shout out to our girl. We love you, Nana.
Yes.
Okay, so time to put a bow on this. And to put a bow on this, I would like to thank my sources for this episode, including the ones we haven't mentioned already. They include Baseball Referencing, the Daily Advocate, Baseball Fandom, Wikipedia, Major League Baseball, ESPN, YouTube, Reddit, the Baseball Almanac, the Bleacher Report, Orange County Register, MLB Network, LA Times, New York Post, USA Today, Washington Post, and the Angels and Giants' own personal.com websites.
Right on.
So, that is the 2002 World Series, bro.
I want to thank you for making them notes.
Yeah, now you can... I killed 37 trees for that.
I appreciate what you did there. I mean, I think it kind of maybe helped the show along a little bit.
It might be.
Might be. We'll see. But I mean, it gives you a break, so you don't have to do all the talking.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to do next week?
I don't know. I got my list right here, though. By golly.
You do?
Yes.
I've got my list. You have a copy of the list now.
Yes. Yes.
So, I have...
Oh, we need to tell the listener too. We're coming out with a new intro.
Yes.
When this COVID shit gets,
Yeah.
I don't know. The sickness is around.
My goal is to, for the first time in over a month, I think actually, I want to check something. I'm going to, let me go check our steel toes and scoreboards right here.
I just wanted to mention it because we had mentioned it a couple of episodes back.
It will be. So, the last time Kurt and I were together, the last time Kurt and I were together and not remote recorded was December, I think, when we did hot takes and sausages.
Yeah, I think
Or maybe that was remote too. I can't remember. Kurt and I have not been together since either November 12th was Jack and Arnie. We did that one. And December 5th was the last time you and I were together. Yep. These last two episodes have been remote recorded. Well, plus this one. So, my goal is the next one, we are going to be together and do our show opening.
Right.
But then, of course, now here'll come the fucking snow and ice. So,
yeah, probably.
So, okay, but here's what we're going to do.
I got the list here.
I got the list. So, I have the list in my pocket, but I wrote out on a Post-it note. I already had ideas coming into this one.
Okay, yeah, feed them.
So, I'm gonna let you pick the episode.
Okay.
And you can look at your list, but I've already got it mapped out. And I'm going to give you 6 options.
Okay.
So we can either do a look back at Shaq's career. We can do the Bulls' first championship with Jordan and the boys. We can do a look back at Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz's UFC rivalry.
Ooh.
We can look at, of course, the Eilers winning 4 straight cups. We can look back at the life and career of Dale Earnhardt. Or we can cover the 1985 Chicago Bears.
Okay. There's 2 of them I didn't get.
There's
I
2.
got them on my list, but I ain't look. I'm writing them down as you give them to me.
So here we go. So the life and the career review of Shaq.
After Liddell Ortiz.
The life and times of Dale Earnhardt.
Okay.
The 1985 Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Or the Islanders win 4 straight Stanley Cups.
Little puck talk.
Little puck talk. So you got those 3, plus you got Liddell versus Ortiz, the UFC rivalry, Jordan and the Bulls' first championship, or the career of Shaq.
the one that's really sticking out to me, and being this playoff time, is the '85 Bears.
All right, fuck it, bet.
I don't know why, but that's jumping out at me for some reason. I mean, I like the Liddell Ortiz. That'll be a good show. Dale Earnhardt, definitely. They'll all be good shows, but for some reason the Bears are jumping out at me.
Okay, so we'll look back at the 1985 Bears. We'll break down the entire season, game by game, and culminating with their Super Bowl victory.
One of my favorite running backs ever, Walter Payton.
Walter Payton.
Love the way he ran the football.
Mike Singletary, man. What a hell of a linebacker. Didn't pan out as a coach or an executive, but man, as a fucking player.
Intense. Holy shit.
The monsters of the Midway.
I like the monsters of the Midway. I'm not a Bears fan, but they're all right.
Yeah.
They're all right.
Okay.
I got a buddy that's a big Bears fan.
So here's the chance too, as we're tying this up for Kurt's Corner. So Kurt's Corner is a new segment we're going to start debuting, kind of similar to the hot cakes or the hot takes and sausage, but it's Kurt's Corner. It's mainly Kurt, and that's where Kurt has an open forum. He can say whatever's on his mind about anything sports related, steel toes related. It just gives Kurt a couple minutes to just clear the air on anything he's thinking about or wants to say. Can be something positive, can be something negative. It can be a let's go Brandon thing, or it can be a I love to go fishing, or whatever. It's Kurt's Corner. That's Kurt's time for Kurt to be the star of the show. I don't know how much that's kind of a scary thing, but
that's way scary.
I promised him, and he was all excited when we talked about it a couple weeks ago. So, you got anything for the first edition of Kurt's Corner?
Well, ironically, I don't, because I didn't think about it. I mean, it's something I probably need to think about before I go on there and say anything.
Whoa. All right, Kurt's Corner. So there's nothing in Kurt's Corner today.
No, I don't guess so. If anything, it would be, let's get rid of this pandemic. Gosh, I'm tired of it. Good night.
And yet you were on your deathbed and you didn't have COVID.
Yeah.
I was on my deathbed and I did have it. I do have it.
It's crazy.
It's crazy how quick it hits you, too. Like, I felt fine. I felt fine that morning. That night, it came, I guess it came in the night before. My body started feeling weak and it hurt, and I thought, well, it's just, it's cold, it's arthritis, plus I'm fat. So I thought maybe it was just fat, old, and cold pains. And then that next morning, I went to work.
Old yet.
Oh, man. Tell that to my joints. Ironically, if I had a joint, I probably wouldn't have any pains in my joints. I'm not a toker, man, but I'm very pro cannabis. I mean, like I've said before,
medicinal.
Dude, there's no reason this should be illegal. It's all about control. It's an overreach. I'm not saying I'd smoke it, even if it becomes legal. I don't even know if I'd still fuck with it. But at the same time, there's no reason this stuff should be illegal. The benefits to this is, I had a good friend of mine, Kurt, that dealt with severe bouts of depression and had terrible cases of IBS. I mean, he had diarrhea, 5-6 days a week, multiple times a day. And then he moved out to California for a while, started smoking some of that sticky icky, and his IBS went away within like 6 months.
See,
don't even have it anymore. Never went to a doctor once for it. Just started smoking weed and it went away.
That's amazing. I mean, I think the benefits outweigh the negative.
Oh God, yes.
I mean, not only for the person, but actually, if they legalize it, I mean, look at the revenue.
Millions of dollars. This country wouldn't have no debt.
Millions of dollars, yes. That tells you how many potheads are out there.
Oh.
Several.
All right, bro. So that wraps it up. The 2002 World Series. What a series. What a fall classic.
Series. Yes, absolutely. I'm down to watch it again. I might watch it again here before too long.
I watched the the yearly film that the MLB puts out about the team that wins it. I watched it the other week. It was about an hour-long documentary on YouTube. It was impressive. So,
Right.
little
right,
football
man.
talk, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
85 Chicago Bears.
Super Bowl shuffle.
Hey,
I know.
do you
I know
think?
you've seen that?
Do you think that with the Bengals winning last night, do you think old Corey was doing the icky shuffle?
I'm sure he was. He told me the other day at work that he was not going to be able to watch the game. He had a daughter, I think, that had a play or something in school.
Oh man, you know he DVR'd it.
And he was going to miss the game live anyway. But shout out to the Bengals.
Shout out to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Congratulations. All right, bro. Well,
Yep.
I'll see you Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when I get released from this quarantine hell. So,
Well, just take care of yourself and get some rest, dude.
yeah. I want to thank you for. I texted Kurt, or I called Kurt Thursday night, freaking out. I was feeling a little better. I'm like, man, my area probably looks like shit, and
We got you, bro.
my good friend took care of all my stuff for me, and I appreciate that.
Hey, no worries, dude. No worries.
All right, bro. Well, all right.
Yeah.
So for Kurt Kelly, I am Jared Atkins, and we will catch you guys next week. See you, brother.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. We hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of Steel Toes and Scoreboards, and we'll see you soon.